I think it's working. What's good, superstars? Back with another VeVe video. You got Superstar Joe, and you got Superstar Rob in the building. How's it going, Rob?
Oh man, took us all year. Finally, a knockout.
Oh my god,
we got a double knockout.
I don't know where you've been, but you've been training or something, because that was powerful, Rob. I don't know. All those people have been on our channel, been teaching us, I think, the ways to punch it, how to. I thought I was good at dodging. Last couple episodes, I've been getting hit right at the end, but you brought the heat that time. How's it going, Rob?
It's going all right. It's going as good as it can be. I know I haven't been around recently. I hope to be back to regular show soon, but I could not miss the 1 year anniversary of our channel. I'll never forget the day that you called me and you're like, "Hey, do you want to start a YouTube channel?" I'm like, "Okay, we'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens." And you know, it's been a lot of fun. So
yeah,
pretty good.
I'm gonna tweet it out. So if you want to say hi to the people, whatever, in the meantime, I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, guys. Again, I'm happy to be back. I mean, we've been grinding hard for an entire year, trying our best to track the VeVe news. And I mean, it's a space that's so easy to track. It's a space we find it very easy to come up with a new video every single day. People were asking us, like, how do you do it every day? It's actually not that hard, just because there's so much content in a new space that you could talk about it every day if you need to. This last week, I've been dealing with my own family issues. I got a family medical emergency that that needs my time right now. And I'm hoping that in the next few weeks, we can get out of that mess and I can come back to regular days. You know, Joe and I have been talking a lot about what we want to do in the channel going forward. This first year was dominated by VeVe content, and we're never going to stop doing that because we're in deep with VeVe. But we also want to cover some other things as well. So, there's McFarlane that we started covering now, and we'll see where the next year comes. Again, the space keeps changing. If something catches our eyes that we want to talk about, we want to talk about it. So again, yeah. I mean, all the love that I've been getting, all the love that you guys have given us all year long in the commenting every single day. I never expected this. In a million years. When we started this YouTube channel, I never expected the engagement that we were getting from everybody. So it's been really amazing.
Yeah, no, honestly, exactly what Rob said. I mean, even in our hard times, like we're seeing now, you guys come to support us and come to send prayers and wishes. And it's just amazing. Like what we saw at DCon is just like a piece of what we actually feel from you guys in the comments. There's some of you guys who are there every single video, trying to be first, trying to support us all the time, pushing us forward. So just some of the conversations we had with some of you guys, like I watch you with my kids, I watch you at dinner, I watch you this time. It's hard to say, like, okay, we're not going to make content on this anymore. I mean, and not only that, we love VeVe, we love the project, and we want it to succeed. So it's like Rob said, it's really easy to make content. So today we just want to throw together a little bit of a stream. I think we got Putting Cheeks in the building. I think it's something that we wanted to do to give back to you guys. So hopefully you guys have a good time. It's a little bit different than anything that we normally do, or that we probably will do until another special occasion, but definitely something that we felt like made sense to do a little bit of longer stream. We've reached out to a bunch of the creators on the platform. We wanted to bring something special. We're going to offer up the link after a little bit. I've seen some of you guys in the comments here already, so just chill out for a bit. We're going to do our daily rundown. I got Rob here for I don't know how long, so let's go through some stuff. We got to catch up a little bit, talk about some VeVe news. I don't know how much he's been paying attention. But then from there, we will start to send out some invitations for some of the creators. I know that there's been really big interest on joining us today. So whoever comes in, you come in whenever you want. You see who's up. If you don't like people that are up, it's up to you. And also, I mean, if the stream's full and you see people waiting, just take that into account when you're up. But yeah, we'll get to that eventually. But before then, we got to do our typical intro, rundown, Twitter, everybody's favorite part. If you're new here, do not forget, hit the subscribe button down below, hit that bell notification so you know whenever we post a 365-day stream. Who knows when it's going to start? Who knows when it's going to end? I mean, I guess you knew when it was going to start today, but typically our videos come out at random times. So that bell notification, really, really important, because maybe in 2023, we're going to have some prizes for maximum number of firsts. Maybe we're going to track the firsts. So maybe you want to be clicking on that video right when it comes out, putting down first in the comments, and we'll see what happens. I think that might be a good idea. So that might be something that we do. Also, you can join the Superstar VIP. I think we got one actually just now. So shout out to The Kingdom is Within for becoming a member of VIP. Congratulations. We'll definitely try to value your membership and make it worth your time. We like Rob and I always say, you get the star next to your name, but not only that, you get access to all our spreadsheets. We use those for our price predictions, which have been pretty good, I think, overall. We were off on Thor. I think everybody was. We're off on Miles this year. But other than that, I think we were pretty bang on for 99% of our price predictions. And it's because we like that data-driven approach. So use those spreadsheets. If you need help accessing the spreadsheets, we can teach you how to get there, but it will only be accessible for members. And we renew the link every month. So if you drop off, then there's a new link with new updates and stuff like that. But if you have it, you might be able to still use the old one. Also, on top of that, Star in the Universe, that will be happening today. I'll be working on the wheel at some point, and we'll spin it and give away the star for December. We have that snapshot already done from December. All right, so thank you guys who have been supporting us. Like, this is a year, not even a year. This is we started membership like June, I think. So you guys have been there for us. I can't believe it. And hardly fallen off. Like, if there was free memberships given away, we expected them to fall off. But people who've come out of their own goodwill have stuck around, stuck by us, and gave us so much motivation. So all you guys are the true superstars. Rob and I, we're just here to convey the thoughts, convey all of your words. And there's a lot of them. Discord in the description is we're gonna get to that. So you can follow us on Twitter. We've been building our Twitter there. I mean, we got a bunch of tweets today. Thank you guys. We'll be bringing those up. Instagram, Rob's active in the DMs over there. TikTok, we got to push that out. I was talking about it yesterday. We've got to start to do some other mediums and start to diversify, bring it to the broader space. I mean, that's our job as content creators, to bring NFT space and VeVe and whatever else we're in elsewhere, so everyone else can see and say, what's that? And maybe give some idea. So we'll do our part. Also, the Discord, best Discord of all time. There's a description in the description. There's a link. You can go there, join it. It's been growing like crazy. There's a great core community there. And it's fantastic. We have great conversations. And also, you guys give us ideas for videos. I've been saying it. And PO Box, if you want to send us something, you can also send us something on Twitter or anything like that too. And you might become a Superstar Hall of Famer. I think we got a new one today, Rob. So what do you think?
Yeah. 100% we got a new one today. But I was going to say, like, I'm still shocked at the support that we've gotten over the year. Again, when we started this, we did it for the fun of it. And that's part of the reason why I think we've done so well through the bear market, is because we've always done this for the fun of it. You know, we've always done it because we were talking about VeVe every day anyways. So we started a YouTube channel, you know, hoping that data-driven approach, we could get involved with the community. And it's just blown us away on how everybody has the community just kind of comes together. You know, you get to know everybody online, you meet them in person. And then, of course, you have the YouTube comments, you have the Discord, you have the Twitter, you have all these different aims. So thank you guys so much for everything you've done. Oh, hey, we got the Superstar Baby here too. We got the Superstar Baby here too.
Say hi.
Jaja. Hey, Jaja. How you doing?
Say hi.
Say hi. There we go.
This is an impromptu stream. Impromptu stream. Yeah, look, you've seen her whole life pretty much, guys.
Yeah,
she was born until now. So her whole life has been during our videos.
Yeah. You know, I want to take it back for a second here because, Joe, and I wanted to share, because this is a video that hasn't had a lot of views. Okay. I'm going to pull it up very quickly right now. Okay. And this was our very first video. Okay. So it had 302 views. It's called We Joined VeVe. So I'm just going to give it a quick play here. Just to start, just to see how it is.
Superstars back with another video, and as you see in the title, we are talking about the VeVe collectibles and the VeVe verse and all that stuff. It's a brand new NFT collectible thing. It's been around for like about a year.
Hey, look at the Baby Yoda.
Product placement.
Look at the Easter egg right there.
Yeah, but to me, it's new, and I can't see the throne. So I have my buddy Superstar Rob here. Hey, Rob, how's it going?
It's going good.
Not too bad. Just excited to get talking about VeVe. It's been taking over my life, and I know I showed it to you. What do you got to say?
I have to thank Superstar Joe for making me aware of VeVe and the NFT world. It's taken over my life as well. Something that is recognized by some of the big names in the industry, like Disney, in DC. So you want to get in early on this and want to talk about it on your channel.
That's exactly.
I'm just curious. Does YouTube automatically do this, or did someone do this? It says meet Rob.
Yeah,
It
what the
says-
heck? We didn't do that.
Then what is VeVe? We don't do tags. How does it?
Is it in the
happen?
description? And basically,
No.
this is the VeVe homepage for their website,
No.
vv.me.
Oh yeah, it is down
And,
here.
I don't know if you want
Chapters.
to talk about it. I'll scroll through it.
Oh.
Wow. Some tidbits, but basically, what's VeVe?
Yeah, it's the only mobile NFT.
That was a big thing.
app, I
Mobile
believe,
was a
that
big thing.
exists right now. There's some desktop ones like OpenSea, but these ones here are a little bit more, I think, official because you have the Disney involvement, and then you also have other artists around the industry as well. So you can download it from the Google Play Store, from the Apple App Store, and get started almost immediately.
That's a big time 7 likes over there on that video.
Yeah.
I
think it wasn't very well. It wasn't watched very much. I think for a reason.
I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think what the good thing about these collectibles is you can like augmented reality them and oh my god. So long term, if you're thinking like metaverse, VeVeverse, whatever it is, you can have these statues or collectibles hanging out in your house. So like if you're gonna be
not a lot has changed, eh? It's still the same. It's still the same theme, which is like, you know, it's augmented reality, VeVeverse, metaverse. I mean, right from our very first video, the reason why we're here it just hasn't changed. It's like so consistent. It's so consistent.
We gave out what we bought and sold back there for free.
Well, basically, that's right over here.
What I did. So I sold my Slimer. I don't know if you can see him there, but
yeah,
Slimer.
I got him at a low mint, 580. I thought it was a great deal, $170, and I lost. I got killed on that one.
What's Slimer at now?
I don't know, like $20 or something like that. 25. Way higher. They're like 200, 250. But I wanted some more gems. I was doing some movement in my portfolio, so I said, you know what? Let me get rid of him for what I bought him for. Take the hit on the tax, whatever it is, because it's only like 2.5% on Slimer.
Did that change? Is it still 2.5%?
No, it's still the same.
I think it's still the same, right?
Yeah, but, all the new stuff changed.
Wouldn't sell. This guy would not sell. I had him out listed for like a week. Wouldn't sell. I kept dropping the price. I ended up getting like 145 for him yesterday when I bought him for 172. Took a little bit of the.
I wish Joe knew about how long it takes things to sell in now's market.
Yeah, before it's like you put it up, boom, it's gone.
Yeah.
But now I have some gems in my account for drops when they come out. I'm sure I'll make it up easily. But one of the big reasons I wanted to sell this guy is because I used my gems to buy Wonder Woman.
Oh my god!
Just to see the price. The blue is basically how many are available, and the pink is the price. This is
shout out Omi the Clown.
So as you can see, there was an all-time high here, 170. It's just been dropping ever since. I know it's a season 1 collectible, but it's animated too. I like that too. It had like smoke coming off. It was pretty cool, but I don't see long-term like Ghostbusters taking off. I can see it doing well, but I don't see it doing what the premium collectibles. And for example, Wonder Woman, I think, is a premium collectible. I mean, she's like a top 5 superhero in the world if you Google it. And I got her right here. Like I bought it right before the floor rose. I bought it at $299.
Nice.
And next time I looked at the app, it was like $350.
That's the Wonder Woman that I got on the drop. Yeah. And I sold her. I flipped her right away. And then it just skyrocketed over. Do you remember when she was over 1,000? She was over 1,000 gems at one point.
I transferred her. So I transferred her to Mel. So Mel has her still in the account. So she's down on what we bought it for. But can you believe that?
I unbelievable. Back when transfers existed.
Something like that. It's crazy. Now I think she's like 380 or something like that. But still,
good funny story. Funny story for Wonder Woman. Actually, I won that mint. I won that
on drop.
I got it on the drop, and it was funny because I think at the time it was selling for maybe 100. I'm like, I want to keep her. I'm going to put it for 200. Let's see what happens. And 2 hours later, it sells, and it hit I think an all-time high of 400 at one point. I'm like, oh my god, I should.
But if you flipped her into a comic or whatever you did, that's always a good play too, right? As long as you're in something that's like a blue chip, I think you're good.
Yeah.
I had some.
And this was the beginning over here of the.
Like as you.
I used to have to play all kinds of games.
Ads.
These ads. These.
Skip that ad. Skip that ad.
Skip that ad.
Slimer purchase. It's hard to sell after.
Daredevil 131 was, I guess, the draw that day.
With the hype, right?
Here we go. 30 editions. 21,000 comments. 5,000 uncommon, 2,350 rare.
Wow, 30,000 mint.
Yeah.
30,000. I forgot
secret rare. So yeah, it's
that
like a
comics
typical drop
dropped
that we were
with that
used to.
high mint number. I actually
don't know.
forgot.
Terribles.
I think this is their most likely.
So anyway, the big thing on this screen that Rob's showing is right there underneath the subscriber count. It shows you January 3rd. So that was our first video, and we've posted every single day since then. So today is officially day 365, as you can see in the title of our video right now. So I think it was good to go back and look at what we did. And if you're a new content creator, if you're watching this and you haven't decided if you want to start to make content, look back then how we were not very confident with what we were saying. We were learning about what we wanted to say. We had our core points, like Rob said, and we still stick to our core thoughts and that stuff about the app and about the future of this type of stuff. But obviously, we've become a lot more comfortable on camera. You guys are part of the reason why. You've definitely helped us to feel more confident. And when you write comments like "thank you for posting" or you appreciate something that we do, it gives us that extra confidence. And that's what we've been trying to do as well. There's some newer content creators that I watch, and I think Rob watches some of them as well. And some of them might not have the biggest following, but we appreciate their content and we like it. So I definitely always try to go out of my way to either jump on some of their live streams or get in their comments or slide in the DMs on Twitter and reach out in whatever way I can. And I know Rob does the same. We also have collabed with a bunch of you guys, and big, small, medium. We've collabed with everybody that we could have so far. There's still lots to do. That's how many people are in the space. But we have been collabing with anyone of any size because we want to help grow those channels, but also show off some other content, because I know I'm always looking for content. I'm starving for content despite how many content creators we have. And I know that you guys probably would appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. Should go through the Twitter news, Joe.
Yeah, so let's go through the Twitter news.
I got some more videos later. I'll bring up a little bit later. Some of our best ones. Yeah.
The first one, that's you. The first one is VeVe's Twitter, and just like Rob always says, we are more consistent than VeVe. We put out videos and content every single day. VeVe has not done anything today. They're chilling. Let them have the day off. They'll probably post something. Maybe they're going to announce Lambo. Who knows what they're going to do? Maybe they're waiting for that. But it's just funny because, Rob, you always say more consistent than VeVe. And here you go.
Reliable. We made a promise that we were going to do this every day for 1 year.
Yeah.
And now what's to come? I don't know. We'll talk about it soon, but that's the thing. And I think we did it. We had a goal, and we said we're going to do it. We're not going to miss, and we achieved that goal. And life gets in the way, but we still found a way to get it done.
I got to give a shout out to Kobe. Also, one of our early friends on VeVe, helped guide us. I know he was in really early. He's like a top 1,000 user on the app. He started his YouTube channel with Pokemon stuff, and he started to bridge over to VeVe. He's another one that's been advocating for all the other channels and always supporting, always sending super chats when he doesn't have to. You're already a member, Kobe. Thank you so much for the donation today. But that we've met so many great people like that. Another one here just provided a super chat as well. Hinanu, amazing family man. Great. He's part of VeVe Mates. If you guys want, you can go check out those videos. I know that Bob Sales and him and Delilah and all them have been posting. So definitely go support them and help them to become more confident as well. I know that they got a bunch of different time zones going over there. So it's cool to see how many people all over the world. I think that's another cool thing about VeVe is that we've been meeting people from all over the world with same interests. Okay, Rob, should I jump to our Twitter?
Yes.
Okay, so our Twitter, yesterday I posted my New Year's resolutions. Maybe once I get through this, you can go over some of your New Year's resolutions. I thought some of them were pretty funny. But then we had like amazing creativity flowing right after that video. So all day yesterday and in the morning today, couldn't resist picking up the Avengers Tower in the marketplace, and have to say it's got me excited for the VeVe-verse. So this is Spider-Verse. We weren't even tagged on this. I just saw this. I thought it was incredible. You got all of the Spider-Man villains, and then you got Doctor Doom there. Silver Surfer in the background in the universe.
Right.
Crazy.
Right. Crazy. I mean, the vault. I can't wait till there's actually a metaverse environment, because the stuff that these guys come up with is just incredible.
Yeah. I mean, we know so many of them now. Like we've talked with a bunch of them, and they're just amazing. Yesterday, great space. Actually, he invited us to join. I fell asleep on the couch, so shout out Metaverse Life. Maybe we'll get him on today. We'll see. There's a bunch of spaces too, like Twitter. I learned that throughout the year that Twitter is a great place for different opinions as well. Also, this was going around today. At Goku Adam, check out this video. Go to our Twitter if you want to watch it. It's just, I don't know how he did the camera work. He's got Harley Quinn holding the skateboard out. Like,
wow,
amazing,
unbelievable. Look at that, crazy.
It's amazing. So definitely go check out that video. Then we got one of the Hall of Famer legends from the Discord, Alex and Crypto, always supporting us, always providing ideas for the channel, and just blowing us away with this. Like, this is
incredible. Make that big. Make that. Holy. Oh my God. Look at the details on that. I can't. Yeah. Let's. How was that? I got my left. Was it my left arm up there? My left arm up there. My right bump, right, protecting the chin. You're going in for the lunge.
I'm hitting you in the arm.
I got even the headphones. The detail's incredible. The headphones he got in there, and I just can't believe how accurately he drew our abs. I mean, I don't even think we've shown our abs before on video, but he somehow knew.
I guess people can make pretty good guesses. I know they see our fighting, how great we are at fighting. We got great what do you call it, technique.
Yeah.
You got Darth Vader coming by to take a look in the background. VeVe just chilling down on Earth, and we're on the moon. Looks like. So
we got the TIE fighter, the TIE, and the universe.
The colors, man. I might have to make this my desktop background. I'm not even lying. This is incredible.
Seriously, this is incredible. I think this is his vision of how the superstar money VeVe verse world needs to look. Just a big boxing ring. You got all the stars in the background, star constellation, right?
Yeah.
And then the moon. I love it.
Imagine you could like name the stars. It's true. That'd be cool. But no, thank you, Alex and Crypto. Many thanks. Amazing. He's been
all over supporting us. Thank you so much.
Speaking of the VeVe, speaking of Hinanu, who was just in here, the one and only Delilah, she came through and wished us a congratulations. So here is the family. Here you got Hinanu on the left, you got Manu, and you got Delilah in the middle there. So great family, and love the meeting you guys at Decon. Great times.
Yeah. Thank you so much for everything, all the support you guys have given us, and all the kind words and everything when we finally met you at Decon. So thank you so much.
Here's another one. Speaking of them, Hinanu putting us in some kind of a drawing sketch format. I don't know if you've seen this yet. I saw this right before I went live.
I didn't see this. This is the first time I've seen this. This is incredible.
You got our autographed shirts and stuff in there as well. Like, it's crazy.
Wow. Was that a real? Did we take that photo and he edited it? I think so.
I think the background. I think this is at where do we go for that? The first night, was it Boston? No, at Dave and Buster's.
It was Dave and Buster's. Yeah, Dave and
Buster's. They put the superstar word, and you got us, My Collectibles, VeVe Vibes in the building, and we're just giving them a little bit. One of these,
Incredible. It's amazing. I mean, the stuff that you guys come up with sometimes is just incredible. Again, thank you so much.
This is the stuff that we love, guys. This is the stuff that we love. I'm very appreciative of all the work that goes into these things.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so Rob, why don't I gave a little bit of my synopsis of what my New Year's resolutions were for VeVe yesterday. Maybe you can go over a couple of things. I hate to put you on the spot, but maybe you can go over maybe a couple of things that you're planning to do differently this year, and based off of where we are compared to where we were last year when we first started.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to say that, Joe, you're not putting me on the spot because we come on every day and we're just on the top of our heads talk. So, I mean, this is just what we do, right? We're just on the fly constantly, just giving our opinions. Sometimes we make mistakes, sometimes we don't. First of all, what I liked about last year was that a data-driven approach was able to keep me from just going all in. You know what I mean? Like, because we were tracking the data, we were able to show patience. And I think that going into next year, which is going to be, I think, a tough year for the NFT market, that patience is going to definitely be my number one New Year's resolution, because it's very easy to feel that FOMO. It's very easy to jump in and say, you know what, I think this is going to pump. I think OMI's going to pump. Remember OMI when it was pumping before the OUP, and it went up to 0.022, and then it came down to 0.08. So what I find is that there's usually always good opportunities, but it's better to jump into those opportunities when it's backed by some kind of data. So we'll continue tracking, put in cheeks, a spreadsheet, see where the follow the money, the macroeconomics, and stay consistent with our methodology to help us make better decisions. Doesn't mean we're going to be right, but at least it increases our odds of maybe making a better decision. So I think my first New Year's resolution will be patience. I think my second New Year's resolution is going to be conviction, which is that we and this has happened to me in the past with crypto, there's going to be times in life where you may be tempted to sell out your position and go to something else, because we're already investigating other NFT projects right now, right? We're already investigating other things, but I don't want to sacrifice what I've already done here in VeVe to go somewhere else. So I got to continue with the conviction of what brought me here in the first place, because nothing's changed. I mean, other than the fact that VeVe maybe hasn't delivered as much as I hope they would have at this point, nothing's changed in terms of my hope for the future potential of what VeVe can do when the VeVeverse comes in the NFT, how it can grow. So conviction will be having the conviction in VeVe and in all my previous decisions. Obviously being cautious if I have to do some kind of changes. That'll be my second thing. And my third thing will just be to make to continue to collect. Even though I know that the market, based on my personal opinion, obviously I don't know, but based on the macroeconomics, based on 2023, I expect that to continue to be a tough year. I still want to continue to chip away and collect along the way. Based on my personality, I just like going for drops. I don't really like going for the secondary marketplace. I prefer to go for a drop and give myself an opportunity at a real special mint, but only drops that I personally am okay to hold. So I don't want to just go for any drop. If it's a drop, like it's the Avengers tower, honestly, It wasn't for me. It's just I personally don't love it. But maybe if it's maybe an Avengers character, or maybe it's a collectible that another Star Wars collectible, or a brand new IP that's come in that I feel very connected with. Maybe then I will go for that IP and I will hold it, knowing it's a bear market, because you don't know when the tide will turn. We've been very bearish throughout the year, but bullish at the same time. But we've been bearish in terms of the market trend. Always bullish on VeVe long term, but bearish on the market trend. So when you buy, you're almost buying with an expectation that you're probably going to have a better price later on.
Yeah,
that's the reason why I like going for drops, because I just haven't given myself at least a chance and maybe getting a better mint. So, I can keep going, Joey. What do you think? You think that's good?
Whatever you feel like. If you got more, if you got more,
I don't know how many did you do? How many did you do?
I did like 5. I think I did like 5. One of them was a joke, but it was I don't know. I thought it was funny.
Well, that's the other thing. We that's our New Year's resolution for VeVe specifically. But how about for the channel, right? Oh. The channel is another thing. So I think for the channel, what we want to do is and we talked about this as well.
Cool.
Can you hear me or no? Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I've been freezing a lot ever since I changed my computer. I don't know why. Eventually, I'll figure it out.
That's your New Year's resolution, to figure out your computer.
I got to figure out this freezing issue. I still haven't solved it. I'm still working on it ever since I changed my internet and a computer. But for the channel, another thing that would be really good is that we find these other communities and we bring them in and introduce them to VeVe. Yeah. And we can cover theirs as well. We can introduce the VeVe community to other projects that we think have potential. Maybe it's IP based, maybe it's quality, whatever it is, something that attracts us, and we connect the two communities. And I think overall that will just continue growing the entire space.
Yeah.
So I think for our channel, that's one of them for sure.
Should we talk about future plans for the channel?
Yeah, let's do it. Why don't you start us off?
So obviously up to this point, we've gone every single day, and we got a lot of asking people, are you going to still go every single day? At DCOM, people were asking, how long are you going? When are you slowing it down? So I think it's only fair to announce that this is the end of the channel.
So what's that?
This is the end of the channel.
This is the end of the channel. You guys time to call it quits.
No more videos after today. No. I can't even lie without laughing. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna do as many videos as we can. The goal was 365 straight videos without missing a day, all costs, babies, weddings, honeymoons, sickness, anything that happened. We made sure that we had a video here every single day for you guys to go and watch. Sometimes when there was no content to talk about, sometimes when there was things that we had to come up with last minute, last second. Sometimes videos weren't our favorite videos that we're putting out. And we don't want to be putting out videos that we're not 100% proud of and that don't maybe provide as much information or I guess help the user in the end that some of our other videos do. Now we're going to keep going, like I said, and doing them whenever there's stuff to talk about. But like Rob also just recently mentioned, we would like to talk about other topics as well this year. I think we're going to have some spin-off videos that are targeted towards other types of investing, maybe in terms of what we're doing on the side or other platforms or other stuff like that. We might sprinkle those in here and there. It's just something to keep the content fresh, and we wanted to make sure that you guys understood and that you have the expectation rather than just rugging you and just starting to jump onto other stuff and talk about stocks or whatever we do, right? Like, so when there's a slow day, we might have some of that stuff. Will it be daily? Probably not. It's probably not going to be daily the rest of this year. But when there's something big to talk about, when they don't send me my airdrop, like, you better believe there's going to be videos those days. Like the days that you need to hear from us, we will be there for you. And it's something else too. Like, it gives you a little bit of a break. It's hard on your family too when you're posting every single day. I know Rob and I both have the same situation where it's sometimes we're doing things. Sometimes we have stuff to do. Sometimes we got to watch the kids. My baby's been on the videos like 4 or 5 times just because out of necessity I had to get videos up, right? Sometimes Rob's held the fort down. Sometimes I've held the fort down. It's what we've had to do. And then sometimes it's tough when we both have things going on. So that's my side of it. That's how I see it moving forward. Rob, maybe you could speak to it and then we'll move on.
Yeah, I think it's just we were committed to daily no matter what. Maybe now won't necessarily be, it has to be every day. We're going to pick, it could be, it could be every day. If we have something to talk about 7 days, we will talk about it 7 days. Maybe it's 5 days, maybe it's 4 days, maybe it's less. So we don't know. It depends on the week. Knowing the way Joe and I are, we'll probably still get, we're still going to get a decent amount of videos out. It's just ingrained now in what we do. It's just our commitment to doing it every single day may no longer be the case. Yeah. So that's the one thing. Another thing too is that our interests don't change. Like, we are obviously interested in VeVe, we're interested in other projects, and we're interested in just a lot of things, and we want to be able to talk about it freely if we don't have to force it out. Now, with that being said, some of our best videos actually were the ones where we had like, what do we talk about today? And we just sit there and we're just like, what do you want to talk about? Because there's nothing that happened. And then we just come up with an idea, and those actually ended up being some of our best videos.
Maybe because there was no other things to watch. No one was putting out videos on slow days. So maybe we only post on days when there's nothing to talk about, and we don't post on the rest of the days because everyone else got that covered.
Maybe, right? Maybe. And again, it was all for the fun of it. It was all.
I don't know when the streak ends. I don't know when we stop going daily, but it's gonna probably end in this year. And don't worry about it because you got VVOG posting daily. He's gonna catch us. He'll take the torch. We'll hand it off.
Yeah. He's posting daily right there. Exactly.
I don't think he's missed a day either. So shout out to him. I wanted to pull up one more thing here. Shout out Living Aloha. Thank you very much for the super chat. Another content creator, guys, if you're not following, does a mix. What he's doing is maybe something similar to what we're planning to do. He does a little bit of a mix. He talks about stuff in Hawaii, about his gardening and all that stuff. We might stick him more to the financial or the investing lifestyle, but he has a mixed channel, and it's fun. It's fun. I watch all his other stuff too. So hopefully you guys stick by us, whatever we do. But we will be definitely focusing on
spear some fish.
All hot. Yeah, exactly. The hot topics of VeVe will be on the channel. It's just like Rob said, there might be a day when there's no video. Don't freak out. We didn't die. We're not going anywhere. And that's it.
All right. Should we go down some highlight videos here?
I was thinking maybe first we spin the wheel, get that out the way. For the start.
Yeah. Let's do it.
I prepped that when you were talking.
Pull it up. Let's do it.
114 entries. The only one that didn't make the cut is the one from today because it had to go till the end of 2022. So this is for the start end of December.
December.
So
December.
Good luck. This is VIP members. Oh, you can't see it.
I got it.
Whoop.
There you go. Oh, there you go. All right, let's see.
Crypto
Cookie. Oh.
Congratulations. She's given us some great ideas for the channel. He's actually the one who brought David Yu. I think it was at New York Comic Con. He brought him a Funko Pop of David Yu, and he had it in the video in one of the AMA. So that's awesome. You got a star coming in the universe, Superstar Crypto Cookie coming right up. We'll figure out how to get it to you very soon. So Rob, maybe you should throw some more highlights up. In the meantime, I'm going to go send out some links to the community. What do you think?
Yeah, do that. I'm going to just show another. Just try prep the next giveaway here.
Sure.
We got a shirt that we've made that we want to give away. We wore this at DCon, so It says right here.
Not that one. We didn't wear that exact one.
Not this exact. No, not the exact one. But it's this is the shirt that we wore, like the ones that same print right here for the Juju. We had David, you asking us what is Juju, and like, well, you'll know what it is soon.
You'll find out.
So all love. Okay, so I wanted to just bring back a highlight because this was, in my opinion, this was a key highlight for us in 2022, which was when superstar, legend, VIP, Hall of Famer, Keep Calm, Stack On went to the first decon in November, was it? Or no, it was in where was it? Was it Comic-Con?
It was the pre-kickoff decon.
The pre-kickoff decon, right?
Yeah.
And on his own accord, made a t-shirt, had a friend make a t-shirt where he slapped the symbol.
That's the FA Superstar Money shirt.
this is FA Superstar Money shirt, which he gave to us.
Yeah.
He slapped the symbol on. He has he says, become a superstar. Okay. I actually had this print on my wall for a while. Look at that. There you go. Look at that. And yeah, I mean, this is where we were saying good things happen to those.
Okay. Wayne Yoda.
I just noticed his shirt too. Good.
Thanks. We need a selfie.
Never gets old. It doesn't get old.
I mean, those who watch the channel know that we often talk about that video and the respect that we have for Keep On Stack On for doing that. It was a recognition. At the time, we didn't actually have a chance to speak to the team, right? Yeah. So we had no idea that they would be able to recognize our symbol and actually recognize our name. So that showed us that they were watching. So at this point, we started getting an idea that we thought that they were watching, like VeVe content.
Things were happening that we were talking about. So it was cool to see that they listened to the community, because we were just bringing up ideas that you guys were saying in the comments and things that we felt we agreed with you.
Yeah, we went off on that, right? Because we said, become a superstar, good things happen. And then he goes to shake their hand, he gets called back, back for, they want a photo of him, actually.
Exactly.
First he wanted a photo with them, but then they wanted a photo with him. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's something we always joke around about. It was a lot of fun as well when that happened. We gave him a nice standing O. I think that was our first standing O.
Yeah, he's the first Hall of Famer. So yeah, you might be right.
That was our first standing O. So it was pretty incredible. There was another thing too. To some highlight videos, and I think this is a sensitive topic because it's quite polarizing. But we did have a few people. Like, we asked them, we're like, what was the first video? And actually, I'd be curious to know, if you're watching, what was the first video that you saw of us, and you the first time you saw us? I mean, a lot of people don't remember. But there was a lot of people who said, actually, there was one video that stood out to us, and that's when I first started watching.
Wonder which one it is.
and I'm just going to quickly pull it up here. Yeah. It was called "Your VeVe Collectibles Are All Going to Zero," not clickbait. Okay, very polarizing video because at this time, this was 9 months ago. The exact day was March 19th, 2022. And at the time, we were becoming concerned about the off-app gems, right? Yep. You know, and we learned more after that. Like, we started learning that they were, you know, there was a gem scandal. People were getting gems for free almost. So we started finding these issues, and we started bringing it to the attention. And of course, I mean, we got a lot of hate in the comments for this video, because at that time, it was all about going to the moon. And unfortunately, the market did take a tumble from there. But sometimes, I guess, in hindsight, you know, I don't regret making that video, because it did identify real problems that existed in the market. And I mean, to be fair, there's been significant losses on that market since then. Now, that doesn't mean it can't recover and come back. But it was videos like this that I felt like maybe help us stand out a little bit, being a little bit more bold, but always trying to use data. This is the key thing. Use data to back it up, right? So in this video here, I mean, I don't know where these tags come from. It kills me. It kills me
Someone
every.
puts them in after the fact. It's got to be.
Can somebody put in tags? Do you guys know if you can put in tags? Right. So we got the Excel spreadsheet up here. You know, where we were walking down how you can sell it and come back. Right. If you remember this. So, anyways, and then they're in big red, basically zero. So.
This video sparked like shutdown of off app gems. I feel like, or bots. Like we were trying to point that out at the same time when we were doing these types of videos. I was trying to bring something to the attention. Like, guys, this is just going to keep happening. And we were talking about it off camera. We're like, why don't we just talk about it on camera? This is the trend that we're seeing, right?
Right.
And I think that's part of the reason we got a lot of recognition after the fact is because we kind of saw it coming ahead. We talked about the FA thing when the FEs came out with the Donald Duck, and
that was another good one.
We did a video. We said sell all your lenticular cards, and that was at the top. Yeah. At the top, we called sell all your lenticular cards because now the FA, and there's gonna be multiple FEs and only one FA. So that was another thing that we wanted to do. There's so many things that I feel like because of you guys, we were able to see ahead and get ahead of. I mean, even golden moments, the golden moments discontinuing. We put a video out the day before they canceled the golden moments. So I thought that was pretty cool. You got a cool thing up there.
I just want to remind, and then another thing too. I just saw shout out superstar Faye VIP Laura M. The Todd giveaway. Don't forget. I mean, this is the thing. The community is just out of control. Parology came to us and he said, I want to give away a Todd. Right? He's like, I just want to give away a Todd. And, you know, we weren't sure what to think about it at the time because Todd was like 10K, right? Like who gives away a $10,000 collectible? And Parology came to us and we did do the giveaway and we ended up giving it away. Do you remember it was Phage, who was she was undergoing cancer treatment at the time.
Hopefully she's okay. I haven't heard from her in a while. I don't know if anybody knows any updates, but
yeah. I mean, there's her getting engaged on August 26th. So it looks like things are going okay for her. So that was a big thing too. We've been trying to reach out to Parology for a while. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get a hold of him recently. He then followed up and continued with giveaways going forward. And many of them he did give away until the transfer stopped, in which case he kind of put a rain check in which we are currently, waiting to hear back from him. Maybe a transfer's come back. He has a website that you can always go, Parology World. He was a big part of our history, right? He was a huge part of our history.
We got some company.
Yeah. What's going on? What's going on?
There he is.
Can you guys hear me?
VVOG, we got you.
What up? What's up, guys?
Not much. Thanks for coming on.
No problem, man. I'm actually running some errands right now. I'm like, I got to jump on real quick, say what's up to the superstars.
Hey, you got the link.
How you guys been, man?
You can leave, come back if you need to. It's not a big. We'll be here for a bit.
No. Yeah, I had to jump on 365 days straight.
Yes, sir.
That's insane, man.
How long you've been posting daily?
I think I'm at like 150 something. Like half you guys.
Are you going for 365? Are you going for 365?
I'm going until I can't stop, man. It's like you guys said, it's very easy to make content about stuff that you enjoy, and I time on my
we lost him. Let's see when he comes. Let's see if he comes back. There you are, you're back. No, he's dropped off. Right. He must be in.
Oh, no, you're my bad. I was just getting a phone call. Sorry.
Oh, no, there you go. Okay, you're back now. We can hear you.
Yeah, I mean, it's really easy to make content, especially when I got some free time on my hands too. So, VeVe, like you guys say, I don't want to talk my ears off or talk everyone else's ears off. Like my mom, my brother, my family, they're like, dude, we've had enough. So.
Yeah. No. Well, we were saying earlier that we think that going into this year, our streak will end. So we couldn't be happier to pass that torch to you.
Yeah.
With the daily content and just every day.
I mean, dude, in all honesty, like you guys provide very informational and good content. I make my content because I'm just another one of the collectors on the app. I enjoy doing it and it's just fun. Like the community is so positive and everyone's always so friendly. So it's like, like you guys said, how can I stop making content for such good people?
Yeah,
it's hard to do,
It's tough, especially when we meet them in person. Like we met a bunch of them at Decon, and they're telling us all about how we changed their day and their life. It's like, oh my god,
Exactly.
like you don't realize you have that impact until you meet the people
you're just
in person.
doing your thing, right? Yeah, it's awesome, man.
Yeah,
it's really good.
So we're rooting for you.
So what are your New Year's resolutions? What's your New Year's resolution this year for, I guess, VeVe or even your channel?
As far as my channel, I want to upgrade the content. I mean, I record on my phone. That's all I really do is just post off my phone, you know. I want to actually get some good quality footage out in content. Hey, Bob Sales in the house too. We got everybody in here, man. Hell yeah. Good to meet you, brother.
Good to meet you all.
Yeah. But what I was saying is like, I mean, as far as VeVe, I don't want to sell anything off anymore, man. I tend to FOMO and sell some stuff off, and then I'm sitting there like, I shouldn't have done that, or maybe just not get mad at the decisions I make afterhand. Don't have any regrets as far as if I buy or sell anything in the app, because like we see, it goes up, down, sideways, backwards. At the end of the day, I just love to collect the collectibles.
So we also had Bob. Remember Bob Sales? We did a collab together. I think this is the first time you're on, obviously VVOG and with Joe. So this is FA.
This is the FAs.
I was just about to say the same thing. I've spoken to VVOG in the chat a couple of times, and obviously I've never spoken to you, Joe. Well, in person. So it's great
nice
to meet you.
Great to meet you. And I mean, you guys have had first battles on our channel as well. And I think we're like, I don't know if you caught it earlier, but we might be planning something for those first battles going into this year. So you guys have to step up,
man. There's like 7 different people going for the first every video, man.
Exactly. No, it's fun times though. We love it because me and Rob will be literally typing up the comment. Like we pin a comment every single video. And before we even get in there, you guys are in there sometimes. It's like, oh my god, they beat us there. You don't even see the comment that we're asking the question most of the time, right? So you guys are flying. So we appreciate that for sure.
Yeah. You guys think
to be first? The last couple of weeks I've been a bit slow because I've been off work. So this week I'll be back first. So have your fingers ready, people.
Bob Sales puts the firsts before his own video sometimes.
And awesome. I'm having to screenshot proof recently.
Oh yeah, exactly. I've seen that.
Yeah, there's a lot of times I felt like I was first, and I look back, I'm like, maybe I took the L on this one, but it's all right.
People are talking about our facial hair in the chat, by the way. They're saying that we all have the same facial hair.
Oh yeah.
So we got if you want to come up, you got to have the same type of scruff. That's how it works.
Yeah, if I like the hat. Face, I'm 10
hat's
years
looking
old
amazing.
Again, so.
I've got to be honest, this hat hasn't left my head for a month because the barber actually messed my haircut up. So as you can see, look, it's really bad. So I've been hiding it, and everyone keeps saying to me, "What's with the pink hat?" Like every single place I go, "Why are you wearing a pink hat?" So yeah,
well, it stands out, right? That's the point.
Put them on
it definitely stands out.
You want to be a superstar, you got to stand out in the crowd, right? That's it. So you got to have that pink hat. Pop right up. So what's your New Year's resolution? Even for your channel or for VeVe?
Just keep on stacking, I suppose.
Okay, so what are you stacking?
Well, comics still. I'm thinking about, I might actually change my game plan and go for cars.
You want the Lambo?
The truck, all that stuff?
I've still got my Coke trucks. I've still got 2 at the minute. But after Christmas, I think I'm going to buy some more when the prices go down. And then I might start a Coke depot in the VeVe-verse.
Oh, yeah. There you go. How about you, OG? What's going on? Are you sticking with the AF-15s or?
No, I'm going to be honest. I sold off a couple of my AF-15s. I'm not going to lie. I've been flipping a little bit lately. I've been picking out, like I won a couple drops, won some good mints and flipped them. And it's nice to see my gems going up a little bit. So I'm kind of waiting because every single time I go buy something else, a Miles comes out or something that I really, really enjoy comes out. I'm like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have bought 7 AF-15s. You know what I mean? Right. Like it was. So yeah, I'm just sitting with my gems right now, waiting for my personal ground. I'm waiting for Dragon Ball Z. That's personally what I can't wait for. So
yeah, I guess we never can time when the IP is going to come out.
Right.
Are you guys more excited for IP, or are you more excited for maybe the VeVe
Oh
version
no.
and capability?
Oh, no way.
Oh,
Let's go.
You got the celebrity in
Let's
the building over here.
go.
how you doing?
Is this the best format? Or that's
There you
better.
go. There you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
Where am I?
I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
How's it going, Vault?
Hi.
Can't hear you.
I
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
You gotta plug it back in.
We'll give him a chance. We'll give him a chance to fix up his sound there.
Yeah.
No, still can't hear you. Still can't. Okay, it's all right. Work on it. In the meantime, we could bring up a comment here. This Joe, you remember this video?
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. That's worth the super chat.
Remember that video?
Woody, there was some good Woody memes with your if people wanted to clip those videos, I think that'd be pretty funny.
I think so as well. Well, let's see. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
We hear you now.
There you
yes,
go. Yep.
there we go. We
Yes.
hear you. How you doing?
Let's go.
Happy anniversary, guys. I thought you could hear me earlier. I was trying to say happy anniversary, celebrate you guys' a video every day. I've actually gotten to the habit of it takes me about 30 or 45 minutes to drop my kid off at school in the morning. So after I drop him off, I turn on Superstar Money and listen to it for the whole trip home. And I get all y'all's information. You guys do great analysis with actual facts and actual numbers, which I appreciate compared to some of the other VeVe YouTubers that I watch. So I appreciate you guys a lot. You definitely earned the following that you guys have gained for sure.
No, yeah, we really appreciate that. It means a lot coming from you. Obviously, you're one of the first people that we learned how to go for drops. We've told you this on when you've been on the channel before. But honestly, like if it wasn't for you, maybe we wouldn't have even been doing YouTube, because we saw that there was a space for it once you're looking up VeVe or whatnot. I know everybody at some point has been maybe in one of your drop streams. If they like it or not, they've been there and they've seen community sentiment. Even if you just want to gauge community sentiment, you jump on Vault's stream, you see what's going on. So really appreciate you doing that for the community as well.
Hey, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you letting me on here, even though my facial hair doesn't match up.
I
try to grow it out.
It's just light, right? It's just light. It's okay. It's got it.
We all went left. You went right. It's okay.
I'm sorry, man. I try to grow it out. It just doesn't work. Shout out to VVOG and Bob Sells. I appreciate you guys too. Two of my favorite people in the community. What's up, guys?
What up? What up? Thank you so much.
Nice to finally meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, Bob.
So I pulled it up here. This is the video that Tron was referring to. It was called VeVe is the future of online dating. And we were just talking about how people are getting married in the metaverse. And obviously, if you have, you might have commonalities between, you might have two people that are really big Woody fans, right? They just love the collectible Woody. So then they said, let's get married, right? So that was the kind of things that we were talking about in this
That's
video.
the type of video that we rushed out because we had nothing to talk about that day.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? It was a fun video. I mean, some people actually, I think in the comments, this was their favorite video just because it was a bit lighthearted. It was a little bit more fun. And obviously there's an element of truth, right? If you have a social environment, you inevitably could have people that come together. I guess VVOG just dropped off. He had to go.
That's okay.
He didn't like the idea of getting married in the metaverse.
I guess not. So it's all good. It's all good. Hey guys, let us know your favorite videos. I love hearing that, because D kind of asked people, what were your favorite videos? How did you first find us? Oh, there you are. Here you go back.
My bad.
So let us know in the comments on the side. I guess it just reminds us. I can pull it up over.
So I've actually got an answer for you myself on that one.
Oh yeah.
So my first video when I first see you guys was actually quite funny, because I remember telling you in the comments, like the first ever video, why the clickbaity titles? I remember telling you, and then I watched the videos, and then it was the complete opposite of what the title said every time normally. But yeah, and then obviously I fell in love with you both. So
now we take issue with that, because we believe we never clickbait, right? We take issue with that, because when we post a video with a title, we will always refer to the title in some manner. But where we get a lot of slack is that the entire first section is like Twitter news, right? So I have to explain myself. People are like, can you just cut out the news? But we do have some people that actually want to hear the news. They don't go on Twitter, they don't watch it. But trust me, you're not the first and you're not the last to believe that the titles are a little bit on the line. They're on the line.
That's okay. You get viewers. You get so many new viewers clicking that way too, though.
Yeah, we gotta introduce them to the topic somehow.
I've had people, John. I've had people comment on my videos, literally saying like, "I don't know why I clicked on this video. You guys are collecting digital collectibles. What the hell are these?" And I'm like, "Exactly. You wouldn't have clicked on it if I didn't make a weird title to it."
Yeah.
Well, it's about the title on YouTube. It's so important to have a captivating title, but you still refer to it in some manner. Guys, I need a second. I gotta drop off.
Sure.
I gotta take a call.
Yeah. Okay. No worries. Yeah. I mean, it's something. It's something where we've tried to perfect it in a way where it relates to the video at the same time. So like all your VeVe collectibles are going to zero, famous video, whatever. A lot of hate in the beginning. It was just to point out the fact that the direction of the pricing is going this way. If we keep this up, if we don't get rid of bots, if we don't get rid of off-app trading, even if we did it, even if we had to do it to stick up, to stay with the times and hang out with whoever's there. Like I'm not going to lose 50% off the bat just because I'm not playing the same game as everybody else. But we also made videos where we said, VeVe, get rid of this. So, or else this is what's going to happen. So despite what you say, I mean, if you're investing based off of a title of a video on YouTube that you didn't even click, then I think that there's other problems that you got to sort out.
For sure.
No, but the videos themselves are crystal, couldn't get any better. But when I think it was literally that first video as well, I was sitting there thinking, guys, why are you saying all my collectibles are going to zero for?
There's a lot of people that we've had to convert and explain to, and we've met some of them. Even at Decon, I think it was Wes or one of them came up to me and said, I don't like some of your titles. I've unsubscribed and I've subscribed 4 or 5 times. I'm like, but do you watch every video? Yeah, pretty much. So, I mean, whatever makes you sleep at night, if you're subscribed or not, it's all for the good in the end. We've explained it a bunch of times, and it's something that we're going to just keep doing. I mean, there's ways to clickbait that maybe are a little bit more aggressive, where you're going to post something and it has completely nothing to do with it, and you can't back it up, you can't prove it, and then that's just to get views. But when you're able to talk about it in a sensical manner and then do it that way, I think that's a good way to go about it, and it brings people into the videos, and people will learn about VeVe, right? We got another superstar in the building here. I don't know if you guys are familiar. I'm sure you are.
What's going on, superstars?
Recently, Hotto Fandom has been putting out some heat content. Detective in our community, it seems like.
I appreciate it. Thank you. This is my first ever appearance on any sort of live stream, or I haven't even done a Twitter Spaces before. So happy to share it with you guys on this amazing achievement. 1 year of amazing content. Congratulations. I'm sure the next year will be even better.
Thank you very much. And like I said, guys, all these guys here, they all got their YouTube channels. Some of them you might know, some of them you might not, but definitely we watch all of them. That's how we got in contact, and they are also bringing the heat every single time that they put out a video. I mean, Hotto Fandom, you become one of my favorite channels. I'm not gonna lie. I really appreciate the digging and the time. I could tell that there's time and effort that goes into your videos. And the analysis, and it's just stuff that we like that data driven, where you're looking at the blockchain, you're tracking all those lines. I feel like you got a wall like to your left over there.
Yeah, I feel like that meme where that guy is pointing at all those little those strings and everything.
You got those red strings.
It does take time, but it's for a good cause. The bots have been a bit of a pain in the butt for all of us, for the community, and just doing my part to try to find them. Hey, I'm just happy to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And with the data available, the key is the data is available, so we can all go in there and anybody can really do it. I'm just really good with Microsoft Excel and all that stuff. So, and I don't mind doing it. I've done it in the real world with real finances. So this is just a little different. We just don't have dollar values.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, and I mean, like, we learn a lot. We learn, like, okay, maybe this is what's happening. Do we really have issues? We know VeVe Fox has her whole website talking about active users and whatnot, and then we see drops coming out and they sell out, and sometimes they're a little bit larger drops, and people don't get them, and they see the pictures without the faces, like, oh, bots. But when you actually break it down and you're able to dig through it, sometimes you'll even point out, like, oh, maybe there wasn't too many bots on this drop, but maybe there was like just an isolated incident, which is good because you bring it to the attention of people. So I think that's good. I think the blockchain stuff is going to be big this year too, because it's something that's a little bit newer. to the space, like because they just released all the metadata and stuff, right? So
and it's only going to get better. Hopefully it gets better. I mean, we're still missing some key information. Dollar values are still missing, and it's still kind of spotty at times. If you look at the Immuta scan, like sometimes you'll see big blocks of data missing. Like, what the hell is this token? So you sort of have to sort of infer what it is, but there's still a lot more room for improvement, and with that improvement, we'll have more content, more type of content, and more analysis.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm just sending out some more invites for some people. Yeah, so do you guys know of HODL Fandom? Have you met these guys before? Have you guys talked on
I definitely watch his content for sure, all the time.
Yeah, and the same with all you guys. I mean, I remember watching Vault back in the day, one of the OGs, Superstar Joe. You guys had, I would say, the best Reese AMA I've ever seen. That first one probably had
agreed.
The best questions and the best answers. So I don't know how you coaxed that out of him, but you did an amazing job with that.
Yeah, the first one's when he did the P almost for Pokemon. That video there. I don't know. People have made a lot of speculation on that. But yeah, no. I mean, thank you. That those AMAs are something that honestly we reached out to everybody in the community as well for a bunch of the questions, and we said the best way to do this is just literally ask anything that people want to be asked, and we weren't too scared about it. And also Reese was really welcoming of any questions. We asked him beforehand, like, are you worried about anything? Do you want to vet the questions and all that? And he's like, no, just fire anything at me. If I don't want to answer it, I won't answer it. And I think it worked out because the way we asked, it was a little bit more of a, I guess we're not attacking them kind of thing. So I think that was a cool way to do it. We got Arcade here. VeVe Arcade, how's it going? In the car.
What's up, guys? I'm going to work right now, man. I only got like 2 minutes, but I just want to let you guys know that I'm so proud of you guys, man. You guys are amazing. You got Superstar Joe, Volt in the building. We got Bob Sells. We got the VVOG. Guys, I really appreciate everybody. I hope everybody has a good New Year's, man. And we're going to have a bomb-ass year, guys. Woo!
There it is. There it is.
That was fucking
Keep your
incredible,
eyes on the
bro.
road, man.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, Arcade.
Let's go. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year, brother.
I'm going to keep listening in, but I got to go. So I really appreciate everybody, man.
No worries. Everybody
check out
VeVe Arcade.
For everything you do,
HODL
man.
Fandom. Peace, y'all. Peace, Vault.
Be safe. Be safe.
Yeah, watch the road.
There you go. That was a nice pop in. Thanks, VeVe Arcade.
I'm gonna have to head out of here too, guys. So
no worries. Take it easy.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I'll be listening in, but be safe, guys. Have a happy New Year and keep grinding, man. I appreciate everything you guys do for the community.
Thank you. Appreciate you coming through.
Peace out, guys. Yep.
Good to meet you, mate.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out too. I just wanted to come back to give you all your flowers, much well-deserved flowers. I'm gonna throw you up on the big screen and watch you while I'm doing stuff around the house and see what Mr. HODL Fandom has to say. It's interesting to see him on a live stream for the first time. So I'm gonna keep an eye out for you guys. And thanks for having me on. And congratulations.
Thank you, Vault. Thanks. Keep bringing up those drop live streams.
Always.
There you go. Ooh, we got cut off here, but no, I mean, I was gonna ask before they dropped off, but I was kind of hinting at when Reese made that one answer of the Pokemon. What are your expectations on VeVe? Do you see it coming anytime soon? Do you think they have a bunch of things to do before it comes out? What's your thoughts? Well, I guess Bob, you can go first.
Well, with me, I think with Pokemon, I think if we get Pokemon, I think everything else goes to zero dramatically. Depending on what form we get. If we get cards, so if we get first 150 cards set, I think it turns into the Pokemon app. So that's my opinion.
So what if it brings in people though? Like it will bring people to buy those other collectibles. Do you think about it that way as well? Like you bring in the masses and then maybe they have limited runs on the Pokemon cards, right? And they can't buy everything. So they're going to start to look at, well, what else do I like here? Maybe I can work my way up this way, right? I don't know. What do you think? You think that ever think about it that way?
Well, it would definitely bring more people in. But knowing our luck with VeVe, we'll get collectibles. We'll get the first 4 Pokemon collectibles. So so that's my prediction. I reckon we get the first 3.
Do you have a time frame of when you expect to see it, or do you think it will be? Is it a while away?
Not this year.
Okay.
Not this year.
How about you, HODL Fandom?
I'm not expecting it, to be honest with you. I'm more concerned about the macroeconomic situation that's going on right now. I think, sure, if we get Pokemon, that might give us a much bigger slice of the pie, and that pie being the greater NFT and crypto space. The issue that I have is right now with, I mean, everything that I'm seeing, and actually I got to record a Meta Monday video sometime later today, is that pie it's shrinking, unfortunately, right? So are we getting a bigger piece of the pie of a shrinking pie? That's kind of a concern that I have. Why bring in Pokemon now? I mean, the consensus is we're going to see more pain before we see any sort of progress. So do I want to see Pokemon? Sure. But I think there's a better time for that. I think now's the time to continue to build. Now's the time to continue to, we got the MCP coming. We got OEP coming. I'm sure they have a pipeline of things that they want to launch. And I think the pipeline that we know of so far brings us to what? Q1, Q2, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
They're not all of a sudden going to say, hey, in March, let's throw in the biggest license we have out there.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me.
No, I think,
if anything, maybe Q3 or Q4. But again, if we go through, as Jerome Powell said, higher interest rates for longer, and if inflation is sticky, we may not see a recovery up until maybe 2024.
Yeah.
So is there a point? Is my question. Is there a point to bring it in right now?
I think also if it's going to be your driving factor, if you're going to have if it's going to be the number one drive to the app, you want to make sure that app is running on all cylinders and you have things moving smoothly. I know regardless if things are perfect, people will come through for Pokemon, but I mean, if that's your number one IP and stuff like that, I think you want to make sure you have maybe the OUP, the MCP running, and then because think about it, those are extra avenue streams for them, so they can bring in extra money just that way. So because we have HODL Fandom on, we have to bring in another detective into the chat here. It's Omi Daily Burn. So I know you guys.
Omi Daily Burn. How's it going?
How's it going?
Have you met before? I know you've probably spoken before on Twitter.
Yeah, we've spoken on Twitter. That's about it. Again, I've never done any sort of live stream or even Twitter Spaces. So, hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah, he's got a second here. So, I mean, guys, these are all channels you guys got to be supporting, following, Twitters that you should be looking at because they're bringing the real approach where they're investigating the background, looking up tokens, using the Muta scan, looking up for bots, like all the stuff that maybe is a little bit higher level thinking. These guys are doing it for free for you guys. So I appreciate you guys coming through, and Omi Daily Burn, thank you for coming.
Hey, you hear me now, right?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep. Yeah.
How's it going? How's everybody?
We're doing well. We're just catching up with everybody. It's the first time actually I'm meeting HODL Fandom on in person, obviously, but and Bob too. I mean, Bob, he's always commenting on our videos, but first time that I've met him face to face. But we've had you on the channel before, and we know what you're up to over there. You're always analyzing the Muta scan and looking out for how things are moving around in the background. What do you think about the outcome for 2023 here? And do you have any expectations? Do you think we'll see a recovery? Do you think what's your thoughts for this year, aside from the data that you know of?
I haven't even thought of 2023 yet. It's just how it's going to be. I mean, there's going to be a lot of factors around the macro factors that we're talking about here. It all depends on that. I mean, it might just be till 2024 till something comes back. I mean, with inflation the way it is, with all the economy the way it is, the world and everything going on, it's a lot of things going on that could affect all of this. So we could have to wait till the next Bitcoin halving before people start getting some more interest into crypto and NFTs in general. So that's basically what might happen. But it'll be a rebuilding year, and with OUP coming out, it's a lot of things that could affect the actual token itself. VeVe market, I'm not so sure, but there's a lot of things can change overnight, as we can see.
I'm gonna ask you and HODL Fandom the same question I asked Bob and OG earlier. Was have you changed your strategy up to account for, I guess, the way that things have been going here? Are you comfortable sharing any part of that strategy. I know that Hodl Fandom, you pointed out, and it was a great point, that are you buying a bigger piece? Like, is VeVe taking over a bigger piece of a smaller pie, or is it shrinking comparatively? Like, how is VeVe's market share in comparison to people who are actually interested in NFTs and have the extra income to be going into this space? Now, having all the knowledge that you guys do have and seeing what you see in the background, I guess maybe you can have a little bit more of a database, or not database, but you guys see the transactions in the background. What do you think in terms of a good strategy, or what have you done anything differently because of how things have changed now from last year? I guess Hodl Fan, you go first.
Yeah, well, I think I've been saying since about Q1 of last year that I'm not going out of my way to buy anything. That was sort of my strategy. And actually, one of my most downvoted videos was a short where I said, I think in Q2, I was saying, yeah, I think now's a good time. I'm going to sell my ultra rare Amazing Spider-Man #1. I don't think it went very well. Went over very well with the community. But in hindsight, it was a very good move. And I sold off all the things that I could have at that time that I didn't have a personal attachment to. My strategy since then was just really going for things that have a personal meaning to me, right? Thor, I absolutely love Thor, so obviously I went for the Grail. And luckily, I got a secret rare, so extremely happy about that. Journey into Mystery 83.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Like things that have special meaning to me is the Uncanny X-Men 141. That was the first comic I ever read back in the 90s, right? So even though it's not a valuable comic, I'm going to go for that, and I'm going to get as many of them as I can. But I'm not going for everything. So that's really, again, more of a collector's mentality. Go for what you love. Go for maybe things that might have good long-term value, but not going out of my way. This is not January 2021 where everything was just going to an all-time high. Hey, if you were lucky to get a drop in 2021 January, you're making bank, right? You're making a lot of money, and that's not the strategy now. And that's how it sort of changed for me, a collector's mentality.
Mm-hmm. So is there something in particular? Sorry, Omi Daily Burn. Is there something in particular that might change how you are approaching the market, or does it have to be like huge influx of people and money, or is there something you're looking for before you change your strategy?
A couple of things. Number one would be the macro markets, and that's more long term. I do think I put out a video, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, about the timing of the markets and what really happens. If you don't understand the timing, I highly recommend you check that one out. So that's probably later on in the year at best. So in terms of timing, yeah, that's one thing that'll change the timing of when I get really back into it. But MCP will be something that might change my mentality going forward. You see, when I look at things like NBA Top Shot, which I still am involved in, and other NFT platforms that I don't do content on, you see that there are big changes and movements in the valuation of certain NFTs when certain challenges are due, or what's the word they call them? Yeah, let's call them challenges for now. So you have your requirements, and those are great opportunities to flip. If you can sort of predict the requirements for the challenge, you stock up on those, and then you could flip them when they're in demand. So as a flipper, that's something I'd be looking forward to. Yeah. MCP and how it changes the dynamic of supply and demand. So those are two events off the top of my head that I'm looking forward to that might change my buying strategies.
Cool. No, I agree with you. I think MCP is going to change maybe a lot of people's strategies. Maybe they shouldn't change their strategy. We'll see how it plays out. But I think definitely that's going to be one of those milestones where you see a lot of different things happening compared to now. And hopefully that comes this year.
Yeah, there's one last point. Somebody mentioned earlier before I joined that they might buy vehicles. I don't remember if that was you, Bob, or if that was Bob. Okay. Yeah, you know what? That's something intriguing, because if VeVeverse comes, let's say it comes, we get sometime this year. I don't remember the timeline. But what if to travel to different people's vaults, you need a vehicle? You know, that's another thing that might change the dynamic. I think I have a lot of the vehicles. I don't have the 007 Aston Martin, unfortunately. I don't have $1 million for that. But that's again another thing that might change. How does the interaction with the collectibles and the VeVeverse work? And then how does that change the demand supply dynamic? Right. Just another thought.
No, it's cool. The vehicles, I think the VeVe versus a completely different game. So I don't know. That's another one. I don't know if we're gonna get the full thing this year or full interoperability, whatever it is. But I think the VeVe verse, when that does come, that's going to be like MCP, like OUP even. Those are going to be the difference makers in the marketplace. I guess Ome Daily Burn, I guess back to you now. Have you changed your strategy at all to adapt to this obviously falling market? And what will it take for you to adjust your strategy again?
I have taken a different strategy, I guess. I haven't been going for drops as much. I've been kind of not hitting a lot of drops. I have been going to the aftermarket and at least trying to stack a little bit here or there. Ones that are kind of underpriced, things like that.
Yeah. Okay.
A HODL fandom. I think it's the first time I've been on stream with you here.
That's the first time I've been on stream with anybody. And,
really?
Yeah. So I'm happy to share this amazing achievement with you guys with my FA with the Superstar fam. So congrats, Rob. 1 year of amazing content.
Yeah. No, thank you very much. I always look forward to your was it Money Mondays, right?
Meta Mondays. Yeah.
Meta Mondays.
I should be recording that later this afternoon. But yes, Meta Mondays on most Mondays.
No, really appreciate you coming through, even on a Meta Monday. I mean, it's a busy day for you, obviously, but no, I wanted to definitely give you a platform to expose your channel to, and we watch you all the time, so it only made sense.
Appreciate
to have you out here.
Can I just say, I just wanted to leave you quick, if that's all right. I just wanted to pop in and say congratulations and everything. And before I go, can I give you a standing ovation?
Oh my gosh, Bob.
Thank you.
And then I've got to pop my.
Oh no.
Oh no!
If it goes.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is literally going to take me a month to clean that up.
Oh my God, no, Bob, you've always been supporting us. You've always been supporting us, and we appreciate it a lot. I mean, there's a lot of people who have been there for us, but you are there every single day, and we notice it 100%. And really wanted to extend our thanks to you as well for always being there. You got our merch on, like you're a genuine dude, and really appreciate your friendship as well.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Well, hopefully soon we'll share our McFarlane story.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. We'll see.
In the meantime, it's nice to meet you all. Thanks for having me, and congratulations on this year. And hopefully this time next year we'll have the same conversation. So take care, guys.
In a better spot next year.
Hopefully, we'll see. Take care.
Hopefully, take care.
Thank you. Yeah. So I came in late. ODB, what kind of data you've been crunching these days?
Too much data. I haven't had a time to do any videos at all. I've been just trying to build this website with Only the Clown and putting together a database of everything. I'm still, I might be able to tell you all about this airdrop stuff maybe later today if I have some time. But yeah, I mean, just building out some tools and stuff on the side. I was going to start doing some more videos soon, but just building out this website with Only the Clown is the biggest priority right now. That's why I haven't just kind of been silent lately.
I'm excited. I'm actually very excited for that, and I know you have the background to do it. And HODL fandom, I actually don't know what's your background. Are you involved in blockchains as part of your daily work, or?
No, actually, I'm an accountant. I deal with a lot of data modeling in my real world, a lot of financial reporting. I have a lot of experience with various financial reporting, and but as a hobby, like for the past 20 years, I've always loved sports betting. And in fact, even before I became an accountant, I was building databases on how to analyze the outcome of sports. Like one of my biggest models was my baseball predictor model. But that's actually helped out quite a bit here as well, and in my professional life. And I see we have Kyle Wilson in the chat.
Shout out, Kyle.
How you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much, just celebrating.
Let's go.
What are you up to today? Just a relaxing day for you?
Yeah, just working on some videos and some products and things like that. So yeah, just getting back hard after the New Year's and getting back after it. We did a little spring cleaning, I guess, like post Christmas cleaning and things like that around the house. So I mean, kind of boring stuff. So, but excited to get the year started strong. So yeah.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions that you want to share for us, either for VeVe or for your channel?
Not VeVe specific, I guess. For my personal channel, is honestly, I don't know if 100K subs is feasible in a bear market, but we're gonna put that down on the goal list anyways. I'm a big fan of the 10x multiples, and setting 10x goals. So we hit 10,000 last year, so might as well 10x it from there. So I mean, that's just kind of my goal. And yeah, I know it's going to be tough. I know it's difficult, but here we are.
You've always been one to, it seems like, being early or recognize things ahead of time. And obviously, you were in an early with VeVe. You're doing a bunch of other things on other projects. How do you seem to find the time to do all of this research and learn about all these things at once and keep focused?
I don't know. It's just how my brain works. From a young age, I've always loved to get in things early. And I don't know why, other than that, it's just like a hobby of mine and I thoroughly enjoy it. And over the years, I've developed a weird sense of like knowing when things are going to pop off or be really great. I can see a lot of potential in certain projects, whether that's crypto or whether NFTs or whatever. Back then when I was younger, I was signing up to eBay, when I was like literally not, I think I was barely in middle school at the time. And, whatever the platform is, doesn't matter. It's always been fun to me, exciting. And that's what gives me energy to produce content as well on the flip side. So I'm literally just passionate about it. And, when you're passionate about something, time just melts and everything else just doesn't, matter as much. And, and it becomes easy at that point. And I guess that's kind of how I do it. And I just kind of love to be early to stuff. And that's what it gives me excitement.
I think we feel the same way. We feel the same way about have you enjoyed something, if you have fun doing it, time flies by. It doesn't feel onerous. It doesn't feel like you're working. You're just doing it because it's a lot of fun. Shout out My Collectibles again for the super chat, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And I just wanted to bring up one more thing. HODL fandom. You were talking about how you're attracted to sports gambling. That's a big business when it comes to like data analytics and everything. Mm-hmm. But it reminded me of a video we made back in the year. This was back in
we're together.
Yeah, we're together in this one. This was 9 months ago, March 27th. We were just talking about how VeVe could become a casino because in their white pages, and I don't know how much of this is still going to apply, they were talking about gamification through a form of staking where, we were talking about how you do a Pokemon battle, you kind of you put down in this video, we said that, Pokemon battle, you can wager a certain amount, play a game and the winner takes it. So I don't know how it works with regulations, but the gamification, the white pages was referring to the idea that there could be this kind of potential within that environment. So I don't know if you've ever thought about that, but that would be then where your data now comes in, even in a whole new kind of universe, which is the metaverse rather than an actual physical sports game.
Oh, absolutely. I think the key question, though, is the regulation. I think Reese has sort of come on record to say a few times that, those original white papers aren't necessarily that accurate these days. A lot has changed since then. Those were sort of just the general guidelines when they were starting off. So, I mean, it would be really cool. I mean, clearly, I just mentioned I built sports databases, and I guess there's a degenerate gambler in me as well. we're all in crypto too, so I think there's an element of that in all of us here. So I would love it personally as a fan. I would love it. Would Disney love it? I'm not so sure. If we recall the whole Battlefield 2, was it Battlefield 2? No, Battlefront 2 rather, the Star Wars game. The issue with that and Disney, right? They EA Sports. Oh man, I absolutely despise EA Sports. They put loot boxes in all their in the game. So it was basically a pay to win, a pay to play game as well. And Disney had a big problem with that. So essentially EA was forced to take their loot boxes out. Now, does VeVe being a significantly smaller player compared to EA, is it worth the risk to upset our biggest client? I would say no. Hey, but if we get Pokemon, maybe. But right now, we are pretty much a Disney app. I mean, there's a lot of other products out there, but a lot of the products that people are excited about right now are the Disney products, the comics, the Avengers Tower, if you're into that, things like that.
You brought.
I don't think. Yeah, I just don't think the risk is worth the outcome there.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because in one of our AMAs with Reese, we asked them. We said, are there any concerns on your end that Disney may pull their IP from the app, or alternatively, they may share their IP with other, which I think is more likely than pulling it, with other clients and other competitors. I mean, since we have the floor here, I wouldn't mind hearing from each one of you. And Huddle, I mean, since you have it already, you can continue with your thought, and then we'll go around. Do you see that happening? And do you think that, what do you think will be the impacts? Let's say Disney now goes to another NFT provider and 3D collectibles start happening on another platform. Do you think that's possible?
Absolutely. And I think it's okay. Well, giving their license out to another NFT platform, I think it's definitely possible. And I think it's very likely, to be honest with you. Giving their license out to create 3D collectibles, I think it's less likely. But I think actually Reese did come out and say that they sort of have the market cornered with the specific 3D collectible of what they've created. So we can't see another Walt statue on another platform, but maybe a card of some sort, right? If you look at Disney, and let's look at, I don't know, there was a store back where I was called the Disney Store, right? I don't know if that was available in the US. I'm here in Toronto. There was this Disney store. It was amazing.
Eden
it was
Center.
like, Eden Center, and there was a Scarborough Town Center, our group in Scarborough. That was like the best place to get like gifts when I was in high school. If you didn't know what to get a girl in high school, you go to the Disney Store and just pick the stupid doll.
Take him to the Cheesecake Factory.
Sorry, what's that?
The Cheesecake Factory too.
Oh yeah, that too. You get the doll in the Cheesecake Factory and you're done. That's it. But my point is, Disney had their own store, but they also licensed out their products to create dolls for Toys R Us, to Walmart, to, I don't know, any other store. It's only, if you look at the NFT space in terms of like similar to the toy space, it's only a matter of time before they license it out and start raking in the dough. The key for VeVe is to make sure that we create the experience with the VeVeverse and everything around that ahead of time, and we are ahead of everybody else. So is it a bad thing? No. The Disney store still thrived, Walmart still thrived, and if you recall, Al Khan did say we are the Walmart of NFTs. Walmart is still thriving. Amazon is still thriving. It's all about the experience and what else they build around that. We're not all in. The success of Disney doesn't dictate the success of VeVe. Right now, it seems like it's everything, but it won't be. Once this market matures and once VeVe's product offerings get all launched.
Okay, that's a great answer. What do you how about do ODB here? Do you have anything to add to that?
What was the question?
Question is, do you think that when first of all, do you think that Disney will begin sharing their IP with other platforms, and how do you think VeVe will respond to that?
Yeah, so I agree with him. How fandom here, as they are going to, this is Disney, right? They license it to pretty much everybody. You might see some really crappy toy. It's going to be licensed out. As long as they get the license from Disney, they can make that toy and whatever it may be. But there might be some other NFTs that are put out there. They might not be 3D collectibles. They're going to be something else in some other form. They might be those stickers or something like that. It's just 3D images. They're going to do that. But I believe, I mean, I don't know 100%. I don't know know if anybody does, unless VeVe has said this before, that they're gonna have this form and these forms of 3Ds as their own and their own license. So they're the ones that are gonna be keeping them. So I see that going forward for a long time. I mean, if the 10-year contract, or initially it was 5 years. I don't know where 10-year came from, but initially I heard it was 5 years in January. I don't know. Recently somebody said it was 10 years. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, that's what I expect, at least right now, because of the VeVeverse as well, because this is going to be 3D collectibles. That's basically what you want in there. You're going to put them on your walls. You're going to be driving them around. You're going to be playing, having avatars and so like that. So, I mean, as far as like, I was going to add on to the strategy from earlier. I mean, I wanted to kind of say too, I was kind of looking at more of comics than collectibles recently, because comics, there's only 5 of them. I mean, you look at that Thor comic right now. I mean, there's only 5 variants. Right? There might be 4, like Obi-Wan or whatever, but there's gonna be 5 variants. But like when you got a Batman, you got a Batman statue or something, there could be more dilution. You already see the Todd is number 100, right? So there might be 99 other Todds. So, or not Todds, but Batmans. But like, you're not gonna make another Journey to Mystery 83. That's the one thing that I know, and there's not going to be that much dilution from that. So I just still think there's more potential in the comic space than it is in the collectible space, because of that dilution right there, even with more people coming into the app too. So.
All right, good answer. We're going to come back to you, Kyle. First,
speaking of comics,
welcome My Collectibles.
One of the comic gurus is in the space here. My Collectibles, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining us on our anniversary here. Appreciate you being here. You got a lot of fans in the chat, looks like. So thanks for coming.
All the fans are all
our West Coast
guys. Superstar Joe and Superstar Rob, 1 year. Are you guys kidding me right now? Congrats,
I know,
you guys.
crazy.
I just want to come on. Thanks for sending me the link. Yep. Obviously, I want to come on and congrats to you guys. 1 year of absolute diamond gem superstar vids. And Rob, I've been missing you. Rob, Joe's been holding it down over the last bunch of days. Hopefully, you're just taking a break. Were you just taking a break, or?
yeah. Unfortunately, I'm dealing with a family medical issue right now, so I'm doing my best. That right now, my time is needed there. We get over this hump, and then I can come back to our regular programming. But of course, I mean, one of the benefits, I know you guys are all individuals, so if something happens in your life where you can't post, then the video doesn't get out. Thankfully, there's 2 of us, so Joe and I, and actually Joe's been he's been more often the one that has to carry the weight with the honeymoon, with a lot of things. But between the both of us, we can always find a way to keep things moving. So it's been one of our benefits, I think, of having 2 people on the channel, being able to work together and continue to put out content for the fam, and as well as to stay and help stay on top of it, right? Because when my mind's out somewhere else, Joe's moving forward, it's very easy for him just to this is what happened, catch me up, and then we can just keep moving forward. But yeah, for sure. I mean, I appreciate it. I had some comments, asking, is everything okay? And I mean, for the most part, it is. I can only hope for the best with a lot of these situations, and we will see with time. It is what it is, and in the background though, I'm still looking at comments. I'm watching the Discord. I always love the love and support that we get from everybody. I mean, it's incredible. When we started this channel, I never expected to have the amount of support that we've witnessed over the year. So, I mean, it's very appreciative for sure. And I mean, we couldn't be happier. We're both very glad that we started on this journey in this space, and we're excited to see where it goes going forward. But I appreciate you asking, and thanks for having the concern.
Yeah, man. All the best to you. Much love to you and your family, man. Hopefully everything goes okay. Let us know if you need any help. I mean, if you got Joe, obviously you guys are supporting each other. That's awesome. But yeah, man, we're all here for you guys. I mean, we love your channel. You guys are doing great. I mean, my highlight, one of the decon highlights was meeting you guys in person. That was awesome. Saw how much love everyone was sharing with you guys, because it's true. You guys are just genuine. We love it. We love it. And, we don't always agree on opinions, but that's why we all have channels, right? To share our opinions so we can talk about stuff and get into like all these different things, right? And learn from each other. So I've learned a lot from you guys over the course of the year, just watching your vids and how you guys break things down. And Hollow Fandom, I wanted to give you a shout out because you called Jim 83 Remember that on the Twitter?
I solved the riddle. The riddle.
Yeah, you solved the riddle. So like that was so awesome. I tried to tweet that out because I was guessing some Godzilla stupid thing, and I kind of had a couple of icons there. I was like, oh, I think I got this one. I think I got that one, but but you called it, man. That was a perfect call. You showed the panels too with like the dragon and it was perfect.
Oh, appreciate it. Yeah, the dragon was the wild card. I think it threw a lot of people off. So unless you read that comic and you remember that it was one of those weird things that I don't know if you sometimes you read something or you see something and you just remember the weirdest moment. Like you shouldn't remember it, but I just remembered there was a stupid dragon there. Yeah, and then it all made sense afterwards.
Yeah, it completely lined up. It was perfect, right? And Kyle, happy New Year to you, buddy. Good to see you.
Yeah, happy New Year to you.
And happy New Year to you too, man. Awesome to see you. Love your comics behind you.
Speaking of comments, let's welcome a new friend. Sleeping Comics. Welcome. How you doing?
Good. Can you guys hear me okay?
Well, yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Great. Just wanted to congratulate you two guys. Amazing. I can't even imagine. That's unfathomable to do 365 videos every day. Insanity.
Well, it's not easy, but it's a little bit easier when there's two of us, right? So we can share that workload. Again, we met at Decon, right? Sleepin's the man. I can't remember. I think I have your hat right here. Hold on a second. Here we go.
There you go.
There you go. I always keep it close by.
That's good. Thanks. Yeah, I got this new Avengers hat. I've been rolling with. I've been enjoying this one. So.
Oh, nice. In celebration of the Avengers.
Doesn't have utility though.
I tried to not wear a hat to throw people off, but it didn't work for some reason.
I thought you were David when you didn't have your hat on. Sleeping.
I know.
That was so funny.
Right. Different people thought I was different people. I gotta just hold it down like this. Then maybe people can't tell. I can hide.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep going around the table here because I personally feel 2023, there's a chance that we may see Disney IP on other platforms, personally. And I want to continue with Kyle Wilson, and then we're going to go My Collectibles and Sleepin'. What are your thoughts on that? Can you guys give me your insight?
Yeah, so, kind of echoing what was Hodl Fandom said, just it's going to be hard for other platforms to really replicate what VeVe has. VeVe obviously does the 3D augmented reality, and there's a few in the accelerator program that I noticed. Which those I don't think are NFTs. I think those are just strictly digital collectibles. But I do think it's inevitable that Disney, Marvel, and their IPs will be on other platforms. But it's in their best interest to keep it on VeVe, especially with VeVe creating experiences now with the whole tech stack on the VeVeverse, which is very powerful. I think when it clicks there, that these assets can be deployed in any basically anything in Unreal Engine built in there experience wise. Like if you watch the demos and it clicks there, then that can be really scalable, not only for VeVe but brands who operate in the VeVe ecosystem. So I think that's going to be massive, and that's going to be really hard for other platforms to catch up with. Sure, you can broadcast it in AR now, but now VeVe has the VeVeverse, another proprietary, type of ecosystem that is also deployable into different quote unquote portals and experiences. Now that's really hard to replicate. So sure, I think it's inevitable, but can you really catch up to that and all the different licenses VeVe has in one combined easy app and web app? And now they're implementing crypto pay in, and it's just like, man, they're OUP, MCP, like that's peanut butter and jelly in the app, and that's tough stuff to replicate. So it's going to be sure VeVe is behind in certain aspects of certain other apps and platforms, but if you kind of zoom out and you kind of witness like actually what's going on in terms of the foundation that they're building long term, I think that's going to be really tough to replicate.
That's a good point. I've kind of seen that environment with McFarlane, where you have, but it's your own wallet, but still VeVe has a wallet address nonetheless. But it's your own wallet, it's Polygon, and then you can bring it in. You download it into a platform and project it in some kind of space. So I think the VeVeverse maybe to start might be very similar, and then hopefully maybe as there's more metaverses, you can kind of do that translation. My Collectibles, what do you think about that? Anything to add?
Well, the only thing that I'm thinking about for oh, look, it's Mr. MC1. I can't keep talking when he shows up. I gotta.
Well, what's that other MC one you got there? MC. He says MC. Okay, MC0.
I'll answer your question in a sec, Rob. But like, Sanjay's here.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, Sanjay?
Superstar Rob and Joe. Big congratulations, guys. Just came to say hi, represent.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate
Great to be here.
Yeah, we sent it out to everybody who helped us get this far, and we know that you've all been big supporters, and obviously we support all your channels and your Twitters and all that stuff. So you put on a great event at DCon, and you brought a bunch of people together. So I think it was important to have you invited as well, just because you prove that the VeVe has the VeVe fam, right? So that's a whole part of how we're able to be consistently posting videos, talking to everybody, getting ideas for daily content. It's easy when you got the VeVe fam, and you're a proponent of that. So definitely very welcome to be here.
Oh, pleasure to be here, man. Pleasure to be here.
So, all right, my collectibles. So, and you want to finish that thought off?
Oh well, the only thing Kyle pretty much nailed it all. I mean, the only thing I'd be thinking about is the license, the copyright, I think, license or whatever for Steamboat Willie's coming up by the end of the year. So like anybody can be able to use the likeness of Steamboat Willie for anything. So, and then of course, Mickey Mouse is, I think, the year after that. So that's going to be really interesting to see how that unfolds for Disney, what they do to try to protect this, like Mickey Mouse. Could you imagine Mickey Mouse, being on like other companies, being able to like do stuff with the likeness of that, especially the Steamboat Willie? So I don't know what's going to happen with that. I have no idea like about how they're going to help control that, or how they're going to like, they got an extension last time. If you guys know about that, they got an extension on their like license, like, or whatever, their copyright of him, but it's coming up now at the end of, I think, 2023, I think, right? So so that right there opens up for the possibility of Mickey Mouse being on everywhere, like be another NFT project, another platform, whatever. But I mean, it's all, it's all like, I think it's Disney, right? Like everybody knows it's always going to be Disney, and we have it here for the first time and everything. So I'm not worried about it, but asking if Disney will be on other platforms, just Mickey Mouse alone looks like likely will, unless they can lock that down. So, but I have to learn more about that and see what, listen to see what's going to be happening. But, yeah.
VeVe Magic's in the chat. She said, did somebody say Mickey?
Yeah. There's someone you want to ask right there. She'll know.
How many people can you fit on this? 10?
Wow, there's a party up in here.
Dino!
How you doing, Dino?
Hey.
What's up? Happy 1 year, guys.
Thank
you. You gotta fill it out. More people.
We'll just keep adding. As long as someone joins, we'll just keep adding, right? I don't know. Is it 10 max? I don't know what the rule is.
10.
We just keep getting 10. Smaller.
Yeah,
it's the VeVe Brady Bunch.
Yeah, that's it.
I always think of that too when I see these things. It does remind me of the Brady Bunch. I thought, we got all the faces. Yeah.
The theme music just plays in my head.
Dino, what do you got there? iFloor NFTs. Did you just make that? Where'd you find that?
Yeah. That's my own merch. Yeah, so it's
Nice.
my first collection. It's the iFloor NFTs collection, so yeah, check it out on the channel. It's my first set. I figured I'd make it to fit my branding, so let's go.
What's the utility? What's the utility?
Well, I'm not at Sleeping Comics level yet. He's been coaching me. The first set is just fun. When he's gonna sit me down to do a crash course. He's actually running a whole online course. It's gonna be $500. 5 payments of $500, and then So I'm starting out. I'm his first customer. So right now, it's just a fun utility.
And Michelle Obama said, when they go low, you go high. And our friend Dino says, when they go low, you wipe the flow.
When they go low, you go lower.
You undercut.
Yeah, dude, I actually looked at an NFT today, and it pumped pretty hard. I think it doubled in like a week, and then people started trying to sell, right? And they undercut by like $5, and I'm like, you guys are killing me. I don't even own it.
If you want to sell it, the Dino strategy. If you want to sell it, you can go down.
I get messages. I get messages now that say, "Hey, I pulled a Dino today. Thanks for the inspiration." They floored something, and I'm like, "You're welcome. I got you, man."
So I'm curious, Sleepin', what's your we asked this earlier in the chat, but I know since you obviously you have the VeVe rank website, which we rely on quite a bit. And then we turn to you for the comics, but like, what's your plans for this upcoming 2023? You're going to keep that website going and change it at all? Is it going to be still that resource the same? Is it going to look the same going into 2023?
Well, I've for my job has just been killing me. So if you don't know, so I have a startup company. It's been around for a while. It's VC backed, so we have responsibility to all these guys, and we have a board of directors unlike FTX, so we have to these people want answers on a monthly basis, so that's really been taking up a lot of my time. Unfortunately, haven't been able to spend as much time with VeVe rank. I think the concepts are still solid. Obviously I share, and really that's all it does now, is I share my thoughts on different comics, but being a portal for one of the big pieces was showing all these different NFTs, but then actually going through and showing you, especially for the comics, which are the lowest mint numbers. I think I attempted to do that. Probably now could write a program to run through IMX and grab these things. But I always thought, if you're going to buy a MC1 SR and it's, 917, the mint, how low is that? How many are there? Are there 5? Are there 10? And that was interesting for me. And so that was kind of the impetus of the website. So I want to build that out, continue with that. There are a variety of people that have reached out and want to put content. I still, I'm open door on anybody who wants to write content for it, help out. It was just going to be this portal to kind of help everybody along the way. It's especially the collectible side is now outdated. So it's just a matter of finding the right people and finding the time to get it right. If anybody wants to contact me, definitely I would be open-minded to it all. So that's kind of where that's at. But overall, from the perspective of it being a website that provides a window into my insight towards comics, I think it's been successful. And I get a lot of people who say that they look at it and use the tool, so that makes me happy.
Yeah, it's an incredible resource and tool. And again,
Sanjay.
I mean, completely
Thank you,
unnecessary.
Sanjay.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you for that. I was going to actually ask you, what's your plan for 2023? Are you going to continue just to dominate spaces, or what's your plan?
You're asking Sanjay or me?
Sanjay.
Actually, let me chime in. I got to run actually, but I'll chime in one thing because I liked your question earlier.
Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead.
I think one of the interesting things that we don't understand yet is the kind of fallout of FTX. That was so, public. It's going to dominate, news cycles for months to come. And it obviously puts a bad taste, because people who don't understand crypto NFTs, we know this, they all munge it together, and it's all now. They were scared of it before. They're way more scared of it now. If you attempt to tell them that this is just one exchange or one guy, it doesn't matter. They're just. And the other thing I will say from it, only once again because of some of my other background, is that I also think that funding for venture capitalists and other money would probably dry up a little bit. I got to believe it will. Because are you going to be willing to throw $100 million into a thing again now? Probably not. A lot of those people, and they're going to want to do, months and months of due diligence before they would fund any of these projects. But where does that leave VeVe? Oh, it leaves VeVe in a very nice spot because it's rolling. Now, I don't know their funding. I don't know their money. All kinds of people have done numbers on how much money we think they're making and this and that and percentages. But it seems like they're in a pretty good position. Well, and obviously, the biggest position is they've signed on Disney, et cetera. Now, I'll answer your question because you said, we may see Disney and other platforms, and we may not. I don't know. We don't know. Nobody knows anything, right? But once again, I'll call it the FTX effect. If you are a big brand and you want to enter the NFT space in Web3, you are going to be that much more cautious. You are going to be afraid of everything. You're not going to want to attach yourself to a Ponzi scheme, rug pull, anything. So there's David Yu smiling at you. Hey, Why didn't you come on over here? We already got Disney, Marvel, and Lamborghini. You should sign on up, and we have this content funnel. So, I mean, it all smells pretty good to me. That's my thoughts.
Sleeping, before you go, I just wanted to ask you, and I guess all the other, I guess my collectibles, everyone else here, what are your thoughts on that Journey into Mystery 83 and how it's performing? And is it slept on? Is it exactly where it should be? I know market dictates, but just judging by everything that we've seen in real life, what are your thoughts on how that one's performing, and what do you think it'll do, I guess, this year?
I mean, I think it's performing well. It's the comments moving up. The SR, I know, last year if it would have dropped, it literally would have been 10 to 20,000. It's not at an AF15 level. We know that. I almost sensed it was almost more of an ASM 300. I mentioned that it's outperforming ASM 300, which is the first appearance of Venom. So I think there's I think it's fine. It's going to do fine. I think if you bought a bunch of Journey into Mystery commons at $40, in my opinion, not financial advice, blah, 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 I think you're going to be a pretty happy person in the end.
My collectible seems to agree.
I got to run, guys.
I got nothing to add.
Soon. I love everybody here. Have a great new year.
Thanks,
Bye, Sleeping.
Thank you. Thank
What's
you.
up, Rob?
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
Not bad, not bad. We're celebrating.
What's going on, Rob?
Yeah, man. Congratulations. You guys made it a year. That's insane, man. Good job.
I snapped a photo with like everybody on just a minute ago. I had to. It was like we were all on one stage. Like doesn't happen very often. We have to snapshot that.
Oh, thank you, Kyle. Yeah, hopefully you send that to us. we can have that for the memories. But I was gonna say, Rob, you were one of our first friends in this space, so we definitely wanted to have you on. We reached out to you. Obviously, there was the whole thing with the Marvel Mighty gamification, and we said it's not going to be gamified. Obviously, us and you always go back and forth. It was what was part of the fun of VeVe this year, and then we heard your perspective, and then we made a video the next day pointing out it's going to be gamified because of this, and that, and
we started a trend, man, on your channel. It started the trend.
We do seem to do that a lot. I mean, but you know what it is? We get the answer, like in the comments, we'll see that, right? And then people will say like, "Oh, this is why you're wrong," and they're like, "You know what? They make a point. Let's make the complete opposite video next day and let them decide at the end of the day what happens." So another legend in the chat. Welcome, Randy.
There's a lot of people here.
We're getting a lot of support here, so
I was
really
going to say,
appreciate
guys, 2023 is going to be an amazing year. I know that the markets are in trouble, but look, when the interest rates are high, people are just not going to buy houses. There's going to be trouble. There's going to be trouble in the market, and it's also been like a very sharp decline. So everybody who's ever invested anything anywhere knows that when you go into sharp decline, there's also sharp price up.
Glitchy for you guys too? Sanjay, glitchy for you guys?
Yep. Okay.
Okay. All right, you're back now. Okay, continue.
Okay. Yeah, so the question is, when will it snap back up? But whenever it snaps back up, it's going to go up. Now, the other thing so I think the first thing is there is going to be a sharp increase sometime, a very sharp, the sharper the decline, the sharper the high. The second thing that I think we kind of have to understand also is that the markets move before the damn event happens. Before the interest rate goes up, the market falls. Before the interest rate falls, the market goes up. So you gotta, there's going to be people who know more about this shit than us, and you're going to see markets move. Now, does it happen in 2023? My sense is yes. This is just broadly the economy. But VeVe, to me, there's a lot of positive tailwinds on VeVe. VeVe is going to start new categories. Man, people are not going to stop buying music. VeVe is going to do music NFTs. That is coming. It just is coming. And sports. Don't know how that's going to do, but that is coming. VeVe-verse is coming. Right? So you've got all these and then it's not like the rest of it doesn't exist. They've already got comics, they've already got Marvel, they've already got DC, they've already got stamps, they've already got Lambo, they've got all the other stuff. So you just have to sit and enjoy the tailwinds on this. And every one of these, there'll be some new people that come in, and along with those some new people, there's going to be some whales. We don't know how many whales, but there are going to be whales that are going to come in. So all these comics, man, like when you talk about these comics, these secret rares, the whatever, you know, there's 200 editions, 225 editions. Man, that shit's going to get swept up so fast. It's not funny. So
Yeah,
I think 2020 is going to be interesting, man. I think we just got to sit down, chill, don't do stupid things, don't sell all your shit, not financial advice. Be ready, you know? Be ready. When that big wave comes, make sure your shit is listed. So it goes.
Do you know what channel you're on, Sanjay?
Patience is key. Patience is key. I just want to give a quick
You guys
shout
didn't
out
do
to
you didn't do the fighting thing, man. Like
Oh, we did it.
10-way fighting thing, man.
Well, we'll fight all of you guys. I just can't
Yeah.
fight VeVe Magic. I'm not going to punch downwards.
Yeah, there you go. Man, when I came to this channel, that's all I want to do, man.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. Thank you, Jimbo Lingo, by the way. We appreciate it. Full of gifts. You know, he had that VeVe sign that he gifted us and many of the fam. So we appreciate you. Thank you. Never necessary. But you can't imagine how happy we were when we received the sign. It's our Superstar Money colors. Thank you so much. And I'm sure everyone who received one of these was very appreciative of that as well. So thank you. All right. How you doing, Magic? And Randy. Both. Yeah, too. Randy and Magic just jumped on.
Hey guys.
How's it going?
Hey.
Meow.
How you doing?
FA for Magic, I think, on the channel, and Randy's been on before, but I don't think ever with Rob. So thanks for coming by to celebrate with us. I mean, it's been a year of videos every single day, the good, the bad, the ugly, but it's always been one VeVe fam that we make content for and that we appreciate. And obviously, VeVe Magic, we've been trying to line you up for a while because we're big time into Disney. So we appreciate your content and how close you've gotten with the team as well has been really nice to see and watch that relationship grow. So really proud of you and all the content you've been putting out. And just wanted to say that face to face.
Thank you. And congrats, guys, on your 1 year. Huge accomplishment.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely been a fun time. You know, every day just ingrained in our schedule now. You know, when the certain time comes, we're putting a video out. We're trying our best to come up with ideas. We have a little notepad where we kind of write ideas if something pops up during the day, so we can always come to it on another time. But yeah, it's been a lot. When you have fun doing something, it doesn't feel like it's hard, right? It doesn't feel like it's work. You just do it.
A question for all of you guys, man. Are you, all of you content creators, are you ready for VeVeverse? Are you going to have a channel on VeVeverse? Like, you got to pick your day and time, right? All of you guys, like, you got to pick your day and time that you're going to be in VeVeverse with your channel, and, you know, all of us show up, right?
Every day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why don't you take
I
that
think
one,
we're all
Randy?
ready for that.
65 for superstars. They'll be on every day, all day.
We'll just
We want a universe.
the GoPro, we're gonna go up here, and then we'll just walk around filming.
We need a universe in the VeVeverse. Actually, honestly, I'm most excited for that. The ability. I mean, we've already seen some pretty incredible things created, like online on Twitter. You know, that's the artists that are in the community are insane. But I'm kind of curious to see like what we can build in there. Like, can we build like a very superstar universe kind of environment where when you enter into it, you really feel like we know we could do our videos in there because we spoke to the guys from Cavernous and they were talking about the capabilities and how we can actually do a metaverse YouTube channel in a sense. We can go into the metaverse and do some videos in there, which would be pretty cool as well. And maybe almost live, right? Do it live. And somebody would have to actually enter the VeVeverse and go to that land to watch us have that kind of interaction, which we think would be pretty cool. And it applies, I think, to every content creator here. If you want to do something like that, I mean, it just opens up doors like crazy. So anyways, that's my answer. Who wants to take this one? Randy, you want to take it? You were smiling when when he first brought that up. What are your plans?
So yeah, I've seen this before in Earth 2 where people would say, hey, can I advertise on your property? Can we like make tile art so that when people, hover over it and look at what to buy, they see all this stuff? And I was like, yeah, sure. And you think that's not going to happen in the VeVeverse when people are doing live streams, like the Non-Fungible Wonderful has a concert, or where you guys are doing like a 2-year stream or however long you want? Big events are going on, and it doesn't have to be content related. People could just be doing whatever on there. Someone sets up an obstacle course, because again, you're allowed to code and you're allowed to do whatever. So we technically don't need VeVe to make our own games. And somebody says, hey, I've done this before. But now I want to try to speed run it, and people are just trying to watch. And you could gate it if you want. You can say like, oh, it's going to cost you $1 worth of OMI, or it's just, or you could do the opposite. It'd be like, hey, in order to, you could send $1 of OMI to the burn wallet or something. But yeah, should be fun.
I guess the possibilities are endless. And how about you, Magic? You have plans. What are your plans for 2023 with your? I know you're dominant on Twitter, but on your YouTube channel, what's your plans?
Kind of up in the air. I've got some interviews lined up that I'm excited about. I've got one coming up with fairly well-known influencer in a certain circle. And I have another one that the person has agreed to come on. But I'm hoping to meet them in person first to get them comfortable because they've not done anything like this, but 4 million followers on Instagram. Ooh. So huge Disney fan. So I'm hoping that that's going to happen. And I'd love to do more content about the collectibles themselves, history behind them, relevance, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, just going to keep growing. I'm hoping to go to as many events in person as I can. That was like such a huge thing for me last year. I really enjoyed that. So every single one I can get to and can afford, I will certainly do my best to get there. And yeah, just keep connecting with the community. It's my favorite part of all this.
Yeah, I really like your new series that you've been doing where you've been interviewing people like Jimbo Lilingo you had on. I like that. I like that you give a voice to those who are willing and comfortable to come talk to you and answer some questions, because there's the content creators you see every day, but there's other people who are in the comments all the time and showing support. And it's always nice to hear their voices directly rather than through us, because they can always explain their thoughts the best. So I really like that series that you're running.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's really nice to be able to hear from the voices of the community, not just, I hate the word influencer, but the advocates, and hear their stories as well. So yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. Thank you.
No problem. So Rob Stuff, I seen you walking around a little bit over there. It looks like you're starting to get a little bit on the recovery train from your knee incident. We know that Rob next to me is dealing with a little bit of stuff, but hopefully, I don't know if you've noticed it, but I know he's noticed that the community has come in waves to support him. I wonder if you've had the same type of experience.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's been amazing. Everybody's been great. I mean, I've been going through this for almost 4 months now, and I've been checked on by more people in this community than I have people I know in real life. So thank you so much for all your support through all this. It's been great. And yeah, guys, I hope everybody out there understands how hard it is to do a video every day for a year. I mean, I did a live stream every day for like 115 days this year, and it almost killed me. I mean, it was rough. And if it wasn't for like you guys and Aaron and other people coming on the channel and kind of having my back, I would have never been able to make it. You guys doing it for a year is hats off, brother. That's impressive. I'm so happy for you guys. I know it kind of took a toll on y'all for a while, and it's understandable, man. Kudos. That's great. It's wonderful. It's great to see. Thanks for everything you guys do. I know we don't always agree, but I appreciate the hell out of you guys. I really do. You guys, it's amazing what you guys have done. So keep it up.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. The community's been great. Again, I'll just quickly pull this up. Rob Stuff, one of our first friends. This is the video. VeVe doesn't want you to know about this, about Marvel Mighties. We gave him a shout out for his idea, and then went into the discussion about the time, about the game that existed. I like how we're so small there. So again, that was our first introduction to Rob Stuff. And again, slowly as time went on, we continued meeting others in the community. Rob, that was actually 10 months ago, that video. That video was on February the 3rd. So that's how long it's been now. February.
It's crazy, man. You think of everything that's gone on in this community. 10 months is a long time, but it's really not a long time. But man, you look at all the ups and downs and everything, but no matter what the market does, just the people in the community are phenomenal. Everybody here is amazing. And I said this the other day, and I really believe this. It is so hard as an adult with kids to make friends in life. It just is. Once you get to a certain point in life, it's so hard to make friends. But this gives that opportunity to people. And, everybody's always saying, when are we going to get utility? When do we get utility? Guys, this is the utility. This is the utility. You know what I'm saying? We're able to do these live streams with people. We're able to come in here and talk to each other. We check on each other when we're down. We don't always agree, but it's like a family. And this is where a lot of us are coming to make friends. I've made some of my absolute best friends on this planet are from this space. And to me, that's the most important utility in the world. So I'm so grateful for all you guys. I know I haven't been around a whole lot lately. I've been going through a lot of stuff in the last few months, but I love each and every one of you. And thank you so much for what you do, guys. I really do appreciate you guys.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Thank
and again,
you.
thank you, Sleeping Comics. Again, never necessary. We appreciate you. Thank you, Jordan C. I mean, there are so many supporters here that we have on the chat right now. You know, I'm just gonna scroll through. We got Laura, Daniel Marquez, Alex and Crypto. We got I'm just gonna keep going through here. There's one specific. Oh yeah, Bill Gardner's another one. Tron, of course. Besnick has been a very long time supporter. You know, tweeting out videos of him watching us. Where is he, on the beach, Joe? When he was watching
in Macedonia,
us?
Macedonia, yeah, everywhere, all the monuments. So it keeps us motivated, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have the same people in your chats, and it's awesome. Like, even though they don't make content, they keep us going, and they help us all make that content. And this stream is for you guys, and I'm glad that everybody was able to come through and jump on just to show it off. Actually, I just opened up another 2 spots on here. I mean, someone was trying to get in, and it's like upgrade. So if that was you guys can send the link or whatever, click the link again if you want. But it is what it is. I mean, thank you guys so much for coming
hey guys,
through.
if somebody else wants to come in, I'm going to go ahead and bail. I just wanted to come and say hi. Happy New Year's to everybody. I appreciate all you guys. Thanks so much. Rob and Joe, love you guys, man. Keep it up. I'm so impressed, guys, that you guys are awesome. Thanks for having me. Have a good one, guys.
Hey, likewise, guys, I'm going to drop as well. Just stop by to say congratulations on 1 year. Looking forward to, you know, the whole next year with you guys and all the cool stuff you do. So congratulations, and everybody
Thank
else.
you.
I wish you a very happy new year. Looking forward to this year.
Same to you. Thank you, Sanjay.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys, I got to drop off too. I got to record a Meta Monday
There you
video,
go.
but thanks so much for having me on. Congrats on 1 year, and all the best for the next 365 days. I'm sure you'll produce even better content for the community. So thanks again.
Appreciate you staying on.
Thank you. We got a question here for I don't know who wants to take this one and wants to start this, but what's your favorite collection on VeVe / more significant Golden Moments, Black and White, Spider-Man, Star Wars? Any takers? Any volunteers for this one?
No comments.
Do they mean out of those 4?
Out of those 4,
I think in general, I think Randy's been hitting up the Mighties lately. Is that your new thing?
I think VeVe Magic wants to answer that one.
Yeah, I like the Mighties, but that's more just because I had already had all of them, and they're cheap, and I mean, if I had a poll the other day, which ones would you rather have long term? Is it like Todd, Secret Rare, Spider-Man, partners, and then I had comment down below if you had others. One thing that people said, out of the 11% people that answered, other, most of them said Secret Rare, Miles Morales. So that was pretty interesting. But out of those 4, I don't know.
What about you, My Collectibles?
Well, yeah, I like Spider-Man. I just do. I have one of each of all the the collectibles on there. Not the secret rares, of course, but for me, right? But I have one of each. I don't have the Marvel Mighty Spider-Man though. That's the one I need to get. But I got the, I like those. Of course, I love the comics, and Spider-Man's my favorite in the comic books too. So, I mean, Star Wars would be like right there as well. But I actually feel like I enjoy, only a few of the Star Wars ones more, because I actually enjoy all the Spider-Mans. Like, I like them all. And the Star Wars ones, I like the Vaders and the Boba Fett's, and I like the TIE Fighter, and I like some of that stuff too, right? I mean, that's kind of my big thing in the real world is Star Wars collecting. But on VeVe, it's more Spider-Man stuff. I just go there. I don't know why. I just look behind me, right? I just go there.
How about you, ODB? Are you really like that big into comics or collectibles, or do you actually have a favorite brand or anything that you try to target and collect?
I'm more so into the comics. I mean, I mean, with the FAs and a lot of the comics, you can't go wrong with any of those. But I know, I mean, with Star Wars as well, and Spider-Man, really, those 3 probably for me. And I know the Marvel Mighties. I mean, you kind of see that this is a new brand, we'll call it, between Disney and VeVe. So I'm still thinking that they're gonna have some kind of gamification with it. something special. We're not calling it gamification. It's going to be something special within the VeVe-verse because of it being a connection between the two companies. So that's basically what I'm kind of thinking.
All right, sounds good. We got welcome VeVe Vibes, way taller than he actually looks on screen.
Yeah.
Welcome. How you doing?
I like the background colors.
Yeah, of course. I'm still getting my setup and all that stuff. Yeah, I know I've been MIA for a while, but I finally passed like my last and final exam I needed for my work this last week. So I'm ready to get back into it and start like making content and stuff again. That stress is off my back, but yeah, definitely taller. I only had a couple of people call me Dino at DCon, so it wasn't too bad. But other than that, it was fine.
When you guys stand side by side, there's no mistake, though. You're like,
for sure.
I walked around with Vibes all weekend, and he was like my bodyguard. And you're like, so yeah, you're a tall dude. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we spent a lot of time together. My collectibles. It was
well, I found out you played college football. Like this is how this guy. He's not like a little dude. College football.
So since you joined Vibes, why don't you take that question as well and build off of what ODB said? Is there a favorite collection that you collect? Do you think like, golden moments was the question? Was it the black and white? Is there something specific that you collect? What thoughts on that?
Gosh, something I collect personally. I don't know. Like I recently got the Battlestar Galactica set just because I like it. And it's relatively inexpensive, but I still think the majority of my money or like my investments like in collectibles, but I'm starting to go more towards comics. For the most part. So I do like the comics quite a bit. I think it's just mostly because it's already an established community. Like there's already people out there spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars on comics. They know what they want. It's already all written out. And I think I do feel a bit more comfortable. And already, I got this for Christmas. My brother got it for me. I don't know if you guys can see it. Actually, I need to take the plastic wrap off it. It's not a Marvel comic.
Unboxing.
Yeah, I haven't taken it off yet, but it's the ooh, gosh, it's kind of hard to see. It's the first appearance of Batman Who Laughs, like his first like full appearance in a 9.8. This one wasn't too much, but it's nice. Like I've never owned a comic before, and this is like my first one, like first graded comic. And it's a relatively like new villain and all that stuff. So I don't know. I like the comics, and like now I'm starting to collect them, obviously. But yeah, so at least sets and all that stuff. I don't know. I still have my Steamboat Willie that I got on drop. I still haven't sold it. Like it's still there. It still says 60 gems and all that stuff. I'm like, could I have sold it at 10,000 and bought like 10 of them by now? Sure, but it is what it is. That's what the market does.
What do you think, Kyle? I feel like you're an all collectible guy. That you're just straight. You're the opposite end of that.
Yeah, I just love the collectible side of it because I love comics as well. But that's kind of like a learning curve to that to a degree. I still love the AF-15s, the Gym 83s, all that stuff. So, but with that being said, these collectibles are the first appearance of these superheroes and super iconic characters that have never been introduced on the blockchain. So there's also a lot of potential for that. Like as Randy always points out, the Marvel Mighties, or how everybody likes to point out. Or Batman. Even David or Dan Crothers has mentioned, well, what if Batman could, shoot his bat hook and climb across your, mantle above your fireplace? So when you think about that and you think about the first Batman ever on the blockchain, that's when things get very interesting for me and as a collector. So that's what really excites me. I'm still very excited about the comics, but I don't know. I when I was a kid, figurines was always my thing. I loved collecting Batman figurines. That was my first kind of quote unquote love of collecting. I've collected many other things other than that, but yeah, so it's hard for me not to bring up the S1 Batman set. That one's really hard. It's actually dropped in 2020. It's one of the very few collections that were actually dropped back then, and the only collectible that Dan Crothers had a actual hand in putting into that collectible period on the app. So I think that's huge as well.
Yeah, it's
a lot of layers with that one.
Yeah, for sure. Joey, you had something to say before that question?
Yeah, no, I forget now. It was for Vibes. If I remember, I'll bring it up again.
All right, that's all right. Yeah, no, I think 2023, like especially with like you mentioned with the collectibles and everything, there's so much. If you look a year ago, like we at the beginning of the stream, we brought up our first video, which was pretty funny actually to look back on that. But a lot of the themes have stayed consistent, right? We talked about how the metaverse potential. We talked about obviously the big IP, and that those themes have never changed. So if you look at where they were in January last year, and you look at where they are now today, they've changed like significantly. Like like the app has come a long way in a very short period of time. So 2023, if we're going to see that same kind of change, I know there's a lot of things that people are saying, hashtag soon, but it's very possible by the end of the year, next year, we might actually have like a completely different experience on the app. So that's why, like for me personally, because Joe and I actually went on, it was Vaults. Remember we did a debate night on Vault stream, and I was defending collectibles. Joe was defending comics. It was right down the middle until a certain cheater decided to vote twice, and I think it was a 51-49 on comics. But with that, like I guess in the future, like in the metaverse, in the VeVeverse, like I can really see like how the collectibles are going to fit on that. I think from a comic side though, I don't see it as much. So it's more of like a like scarcity and collecting kind of aspect. You can read it, I guess. But once we did a video that maybe you would be able to open the comic and there'd be like a hologram of the story of the movie. Like it seems like it's pretty far away, but I guess the possibilities are endless.
I think the comics bring in a different type of collector. I think you're going to get comic book collectors, and then just like Sanjay was kind of hinting at earlier about the sports coming through. He doesn't know how that'll do. I think sports is going to blow it open. I think sports people are gamblers, and what's VeVe right now? It's a gambling app. What are you going to get on the drop? What are you getting in that box? If you open this up to sports, I think you're going to see an entirely different type of person on VeVe. Like we're gonna have the OG people, or like the people who've been in it before sports, and then you're gonna have these people who are gonna come in and try to wreck lives and make everybody like get excited when they shouldn't. I mean, sports fans are a different breed, and they definitely like to take their chances, and they want everything to do with their team. And I think like just like you're talking comics versus collectibles, the comics bring in the comic crowd. Sports will bring in a different type of people, and like collectibles, I think kind of ties it together in terms of digital asset, because it's something maybe people aren't too familiar with. The comics, maybe they've seen like digital reprints or whatnot, like on Marvel Unlimited, but I think the collectibles is something that's really unique to VeVe, so it brings a different dynamic.
Well, you know what like really brings in the sports crowd is the athletes themselves, and that's what's actually really exciting.
Yeah.
What not better way to bring in the athletes themselves than to put themselves on the app, right? And like what happens when one of these big athletes purchases one of these comics or collectibles, and it's like, oh my gosh, then everybody has a freak out mode, FOMO mode, and things get very interesting from there.
Yeah.
And
I
kind of like
any Lakers on the platform, then I'll be super happy. I gotta go, guys, because I got back from my holiday just yesterday, and I have to go grocery shopping. If do some before today's holiday is done. But hey, VeVe Magic, Happy New Year to you, because I didn't get a chance to say that earlier. And Vibes, I'll talk to you later for sure. Happy New Year, and Randy. Happy New Year to you, and Rob and Joe there, you guys, man. I'll continue to support you guys. Even if it's just watching and just liking and just sending people to your channel, because you guys do great work, guys. And you know what? You're having fun. I mean, I can tell you guys are actually enjoying what you're doing, and you're just making the videos because you love it. I mean, isn't that why? And that's why I'm making my videos. It's because it's fun. I mean, we're talking about Spider-Man. We're talking about Disney. I mean, we're talking about like, some VeVeverse stuff that's coming. Kyle, those are great points. Like, this year is going to be nuts. This video in next year from now, this video is going to look way different, you guys. Yeah. And we don't even know what it's going to look like. So we'll just, I'm going along for the ride. I don't know about you guys, but I'll be watching your vids, guys. And I'll continue to watch here, and probably in the grocery store, I'll have your stream up. you know, my while I'm pushing the cart around, you know.
just stream it live, grocery store experience.
Yeah, grocery store experience, exactly. But
I
take
did that
care,
on.
everybody.
I think I did that on. Take care, man. It's
Yeah.
great to see you. I did that on. It was either Kay's or Randy's stream. I was shopping through the grocery store on live with everybody. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, so you know what we haven't talked a lot about is like because we've dominated mostly, like our channel is dominated on VeVe content more so than Omi, right? But we've touched on Omi here and there. We recently had an AMA with Puddin' Cheeks and Reese to talk about Omi specifically. We learned a lot from that AMA. So what's everyone? I don't know. I know obviously Randy for sure. I don't know about the rest of you. What's your outlook on Omi in 2023? We'll start with Randy since we know that's his bread and butter there, but we can go around the table. I'm just curious to know your thoughts.
So I was asked this the other day. I had a Comey like roundtable with a couple people, and Jordan Reese asked my outlook on the end of 2023. And I said, okay, well, there's a lot of variables that, you know, let's say if VeVe hits everything, or they hit nothing, or they hit probably 60 to 75%, what we expect. You know, the bear case, which I was the most bearish there, which is kind of hard to believe because everyone kind of thinks I'm a moon boy. But you know, the bear case I'd say would be kind of where we are now. It's maybe a little lower if the recession gets worse, unemployment gets worse, and the war in Ukraine gets worse, housing market crash. But that would be my golden goose case for 2025 if we were to be that low, because we'd just be burning so much from circulating supply. And my bull case, which is Crypto Reigns and Dr. Stuff's base case, is 2 to 3 cents. My base case is about half a penny to maybe about 0.008. Yeah, so I'm just letting know my perspective and those two other guys.
You think before we move on there, do you think that because one topic, we had a lot of people asking us about this, and we were in conversations with Pudding, and we were in conversations with our friends on Twitter. It was the discussion about how eventually the reserve is going to run out. You know, right now we have the secondary market burns, but eventually that will run out, and there'll be the whole OUP will, right? So do you think Omi to NFT, for example, will be a way, an avenue to burn Omi? Do you think it's going to have enough demand, or people are going to just want to stick with fiat and just buy it with you know their native dollar?
No, I think it's kind of like when you're really trying to work out and increase your performance. Does, you know, BCAAs really put you over the top? No. Does fish oil really put you over the top? No. But every little thing that you do gives you a little bit here, a little bit there, and a little bit there. So when you have, you know, the bronze tickets, and you have staking, and you have your Omi spot wallet, you know, and you have stuff with MCP as well, which will cause people to go and to really buy a lot of NFTs that they wouldn't have bought before, because you're going to see yourself rise through the ranks. So all of these things put together, I think will really, really help destroy the circulating supply in a really good way. And also that, again, there's going to be fees for buying with crypto, and there's going to be a different set of fees for buying gems with Omi. So you're probably going to be incentivized to use the Omi to gem as opposed to the crypto to gem, but they'll all be there for everyone.
Yeah, that's a good point. You can save some money if you the higher your staking tier. I mean, when you look at this chart, it's like, whoa, right? There's so many different avenues that they're suggesting to burn Omi. It's taken me quite a bit of time to even crunch through it. But I have another question about bronze tickets. But first, let's open the floor. Is there anybody else that wants to give their 2023 Omi prediction, whether it's the burns or the value?
I mean, it's not really, mine's not really like a prediction. I mean, I don't, as of right now, I still don't own any Omi. Luckily, I was just lazy like 8 months ago, and I didn't buy any back then, or else I would have bought at like 0.00, you know, whatever the price was back then. It's just, I think a lot of it is going to have to do with also the government too. Is the SEC get involved and dictate that crypto is going to become a security? I think as of right now, they just view it as a commodity. And if it does become a security, are people going to back out of crypto? Be like, look, the whole reason why I got in is because there's not a lot of oversight and stuff like that, or because it became a security. Now there's actually ways to back it up, and there's safety nets and stuff. Now it's actually a legitimate thing recognized by the SEC. Are more people going to be jumping in as an alternative investment? Not sure. So I think a lot of that is going to have to, especially with all the stuff that's happened recently with all the different exchanges and obviously scams and stuff that's been going on. What was is it FTX, right? Like that whole thing going on. It's like, how much money do people unfortunately gonna have to lose before like government steps in, or if they do, or is it just they don't care to? So I don't understand the full aspect, but I do think that's going to play a bit of a part too. So I think it could go either way.
But the silver lining with that is that you do have a bunch of banks or representatives of banks that had this meeting in New York last month, and 90% of them have money, dry powder sitting on the sidelines. They're ready to go in, but they will not touch crypto until there's new regulation coming next year.
Yeah, that's what
after that happens, you're going to see a whole bunch of money coming.
Yeah,
but
that's what
again,
I'm saying. Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be a push pull where it's like, people are gonna back out because like, I don't want government being involved with this. The whole point I did is because of this and that. But now that it's legitimate, like now a lot of people could just pour money into it because now it's actually backed by something. There is regulation, there is safety nets and stuff involved.
So I got 2 questions actually for Magic. My first one is, are you into OMI at all? Since you obviously, we know you're into Disney. Have you touched that side of VeVe, or do you stick mainly to the collectibles?
No, I definitely have OMI. I got my first batch March 2021, I believe. And I bought a couple of times beyond that. That's actually the debate that I keep having with myself is, if I get some extra funds, am I going to invest that into OMI, or am I going to invest that into more collectibles? So I'm just not rushing the decision because I'm so on the fence, but I definitely support both and believe there's immense value in both sides.
Would you say that, like, I was really interested in the bronze tickets, because the bronze tickets give you an opportunity to pay, $1 USD, and that's going to give you 1 ticket that you can then use to add to your chances on a drop. When the kind of like the system begins where it's going to be like a whitelist, right? Do you see yourself actually utilizing that for some, because if you're really attracted to a Disney drop, let's say, would you actually go and spend extra on bronze tickets in order to get a better chance of winning a collectible?
I hadn't really thought about it much yet, but I tend to have really bad luck on popular drops. If it's, AF-15 I didn't land, the lamp I didn't land. So ones that I really wanted, I didn't get because I just, whatever, I connection or luck of the draw. So if it's something that I really, really want, I probably would consider doing that to strengthen my odds of landing the drop.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. It'd be 100% of that money is burned. ODB, are you into OMI? Like, what do you think about the OUP and the system they got here right now?
This system, there's a lot to it. As far as OMI goes, I mean,
I'm still trying to unpack it too. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a lot of stuff on the back end, really. I mean, this is basically like a company saying, "Hey, this is what we are coding in the back end." Usually, in a company, they just release something. They release only the good-looking stuff, and they kind of tell you, "Hey, this is how it works," or whatever. But this is kind of giving you all the details of how everything is moving along. Not many companies do something like this, but there are a lot of avenues with this that can be in the app. It will take throughout the whole year to actually put this into use and to kind of build it out. But it's there's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
I know as far as the bronze tickets and stuff like that, I know the golden tickets are going to be the ones that are going to be most coveted, and a lot of people are going to be going for those. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of staking that is going to happen. So that will kind of remove a lot from the circulating supply. The reserve going to zero, I mean, it is what it is. If it goes to zero, fine, by all means. At least it'll clear up a lot of confusion of people saying, hey, this is the total supply and so on, like on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, a lot of things that are going on over there. So there's a lot of confusion everywhere. If they start implementing a purchase of OMI in the app, or not in the app, on the website, then that will be probably the biggest factor of OMI going up, because there's a lot of headache going through some of these exchanges to purchase OMI, and then you got to bridge it, and then you got to move it here, you got to do a MetaMask, whatever it may be. If they kind of solve that issue right there, with or without new exchanges, that'll be huge. If you put it on new exchanges, that will get a lot more of the crypto crowd in there. It'll come, which could possibly bring more people to the app and bring crypto pay in, and a lot more burn. So, I mean, it's just, God, it's a lot.
Yeah.
You can't really break this down in a few minutes. So it's something that has to be kind of seen over time. So.
Yeah, I'm still wrapping my mind around it. I know Kyle mentioned on the side here that he will have to take off soon. So, Kyle, is there any final words you have that you want to say before heading out?
Sure. I mean, yeah, if they release the OUP here pretty soon, then yes, most definitely it could put a big dent in OMI, because, you know, we're coming up on 81 billion total OMI tokens burned currently. That is a massive amount, and the OUP is not even out. I mean, can you imagine when this is out? Like, look at there's fast. This is just what's on this chart, and not to include the other ways. But yeah, fast track, early unstake, bronze tickets, OUP, peer-to-peer. You have the buyer and the seller mechanism there. So yeah, I mean, just the stake alone could be really massive. And then when you're talking about OMI to NFT, then you're talking about the rest of the globe. Like for example, the UK has to pay a premium on gems. When they're able to not have to pay a premium anymore, and they can just use OMI or they can use crypto to buy into the app. Yeah, I think this could be very, very powerful and potent. And we will see when they do release this, how potent that's going to be. Even if they do this in a bear, I still think this burns significant amount, because just how the tokenomics are. Because when you're talking about a cheaper OMI token, you're talking about a bigger burn altogether. In long term, if you are long-term bullish, then that is good for you, because your tokens become far less, there's far less supply. And we know what happens when there's a supply crunch. That means the price goes up long term. So in my opinion, yes, this is very powerful. This was designed to be very powerful and to supercharge the OMI utility. You know, obviously it's called the OUP, but that's my final thoughts on that. Thank you so much for having me on. Congratulations on 365. This is the beginning of the best is yet to come. 10,000, 100,000. Let's get it. You two, everybody here on the platform, on the stage right now, kudos to every one of you. I wish you guys happy success in 2023, and the best is yet to come, baby. Let's go. Superstars, let's go.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you for coming through, Kyle.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Something I want to piggyback about. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
No.
I was actually just about to ask you, Randy, to build on that. So go ahead.
Oh yeah. So there's an episode of Big Bang Theory where Penny gets like this huge order of flowers or whatever, and as soon as she gets, like, she doesn't even ship out the product yet. As soon as she gets the money, she goes on the computer. What are you doing? I'm going to buy shoes. As soon as people get this like found money, what do? Like, do you think all the people, you know, in 2020 that were getting these government checks from Rona, you think they were spending that responsibly? No, Pokemon cards went to the moon. Like, this is when people have finally a use case for their OMI, or people are, or like crypto. Hey, now I have this extra avenue of money that I couldn't really use before, and now I can spend it. It's going to be wild. People are very irresponsible with money, myself included, and they're gonna. I myself, I'm going to use that for bronze tickets, for gems, for anything.
Well, that's why it's hard to keep gems in the app. I mean, everybody just spends them as they go, and that's why we saw on VeVe Fox's stream, she was doing an analysis, and she kind of saw it like, hey, people are selling off collectibles to buy other collectibles, and that's what they're doing. They're selling off the old one to buy the new one, and there just needs to be bringing more money into the app in order for anything to really happen. But if they do some kind of marketing and bring in some people here, and bring in some, Instagram people or whatever it may be, a lot more people, a lot more money, a lot more superstars coming in, then we're talking about a lot of the gamification and stuff that coming in with this. It could explode. Who knows? I mean,
VeVe will have sold their 400 millionth gem this month. So they'll do that in probably a couple of weeks.
It's going to be cool to see what happens when they implement the OMI to NFT, because then people are going to be looking Putting Cheeks reminds us of this all the time, is that it's like so dynamic, where you got moving markets and you got multiple markets to track. You're not just tracking gems anymore. You're not just tracking the VeVe market. You got to be looking at what's OMI doing and comparable. Is it going to be a discount? You're going to have all these arbitrage opportunities that people are going to be researching. You're going to have those channels popping up saying, this is when you should buy with OMI. This is when you should buy with fiat. It's going to be wild, and I don't know if it's going to be easy to keep up. I mean, maybe if you're ahead of the game and you can understand it and you put the time in now to try to realize this entire graph this graphic that Rob has pulled up, maybe you're putting yourself in a good place when that does happen, because then you understand the processes, and then you can go and make decisions on using OMI, using fiat, using gems, whatever, when the time does come.
Because the barrier entry is, I guess, somewhat high, especially in the market the way it is right now. You know, in order to even start tier 1, you have to be at $2,500 worth of OMI, right? And that's before you bridge it over. So you probably really need like $2,800 or so worth of OMI. And at that point, you're thinking like, all right, do I want OMI or should I just buy a Walt? Because right now Walt's like $2,700 right now. So it's kind of a give and take. But the one thing I do like is that you could just sell your collectibles for OMI if that's something you've it kind of just alleviates the headache of trying to buy it and all that stuff. You're just like, I've always been curious about OMI, and you know, I have a handful of collectibles I don't really care for anymore. I'll just sell it for, you know, a few 10,000, 10,000, 100,000 OMI or whatever it is. So that way you're still in the game, but you're just leveraging the assets and the stuff you already have. Because I think right now, including myself, it's just hard to put like new money into all of this and trying to like decide between OMI or collectibles, or should I just keep it as raw gems and just try and find opportunities later. But I do like the whole OMI utility aspect. I think the ticket system and all that stuff is pretty interesting. Yeah, so kind of curious to see how that plays out. But I do think, because I think they did cover here like the tier 5, I do think some of the most expensive collectibles on the app will be those like tier 4 and 5 collectibles that you get at the end of season 1. Because the only way you can get them is if you legitimately put in like $25,000 or $45,000 and immediately fast track. That's the only way you can get those. So like there might be like 10, 20, maybe 30 of those collectibles at like tier 4 and 5 total. So whatever that secret rare and ultra rare is, let's like, you can't get those anymore because that's a season 1 OUP collectible.
And what is that going to be worth?
Yeah, what's the
how much is
depends
a
on what
fast
it is.
track? Well, here it is. How much is a fast track, and how much is that collectible going to be worth if there's only going to be 20 of them?
Exactly. I mean, it's because
you think about it, there's a lot of give and take here and everything. And from what I've talking to Putting Cheeks so much about a lot of this, if there's a move this way, there's going to be a move this way. So it's just going to be a lot of pushback. How he says balancing of each way. So there's going to be a little pressure here when it goes up that way, and a little pressure here. But in the end, there's going to be a lot more burnt. And that's what it is. Only the NFT is going to burn a ton. I mean, that right there is going to be also allow people to be able to sell their collectibles for the OMI and also stake that as well and remove more from circulation. So there's going to be a lot of movement of everything. And there's going to need a lot of people to, a lot of sites that need to be built to track a lot of things like this.
Is there going to be like, we saw it when there was off-app gems. We saw Toby's and we saw these other collectibles kind of used as mules. Is there going to be that type of situation now? getting because maybe that's the easiest way to buy OMI at that time. Maybe you buy collectibles, you sell them off, and maybe you go for those 2.5% fees. I don't know if it's different to go into OMI if the fees change on each collectible, but I'd assume it's still the same. Get it to gems, then you go gem to OMI, or is it going straight from collectible to OMI? I don't know how it's going to work for fees. Is it still going to be the same percentages? Do we know?
I'm not sure if we know the percentages yet from OMI to NFT. Like when you do person to person, when you do peer to peer. I don't think we know that yet. If we do, someone comment down below and correct me.
Yeah, I was just thinking out loud, and I was like, hey, maybe we don't know that.
I do know it'll be much easier to get OMI. I don't know when, but OMI on the web app will be this year at some point. Probably a Q3. Be conservative.
True. Then you won't get that. Well, you get the other fee, right?
I thought that was earlier in the track.
It might be. I know that you have. I'm sure that David and Dan are cognizant of random exchanges going down, including a really big one. So really, no exchanges are safe. So, in my mind, if I were them, and I'm sure they thought of this well before I did. Hey, we should probably have 1 or 2 exchanges in our back pockets ready to go in case the Sendex, Bit4x, or OKEX goes down. So I do think that we do get some exchanges. Does something have to happen? And I think we can get that fairly quickly. Does that have to? Does one exchange have to go down for us to get another, or are they just going to give us, like a KuCoin or a Kraken before we get like the big stuff later in the year? No, I don't know, but it will get easier as the year goes on to get Omi, regardless.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to just do a quick thank you to everybody with the super chats. Again, never necessary. We appreciate your support. And I hope, of course, you guys enjoy the conversation. And yeah, thank you again for all the super chats. Go ahead, OVD.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna continue with the conversation because I had the staking up here because you actually brought up about the collectibles, right? On how you're gonna actually have collectible rewards. Now, I have a feeling that they can really open the door here with utility. I think the value of them will come if those unique, because they said that it's going to be non-IP collectibles on the staking reward. But what exactly does that mean? Are they going to have special VeVe utility maybe? Are they going to have, special perks that are going to give it value? I think if it's just a collectible, scarcity alone may not be enough. But if they have utility that comes with it, it may further incentivize the staking tier value and making it worth its time. Like, do you think that these staking tier values are worth the time? 2,500 just to start at tier 1. What do you think? That's for ODB to start.
I mean, with these staking tier values, I think they believe they mentioned that it's just going to be locked in. As soon as you hit that tier, you can lock it in. I mean,
like, would you spend $2,500 for tier 1? Is that worth it to you?
Spend. This is staking. It's not exactly spending. So you're just locking it up.
Would you lock it in for $2,500?
Yeah, why not? Unlock period is 0 as well, so you can take it out anytime you want. But you lock in that tier 1. You're going to have a lot of people doing that 2,500 one. I mean, you can do your own projections as far as active users in the app. You kind of see people that have a certain number in their wallets. You can kind of project. This guy's got 50 grand in collectibles in his account. He's probably going to go maybe to tier 2. At the very least, like let's say 10% of your collectibles. You can kind of guesstimate how many people are going to probably do each one of these tiers. But then you can also guesstimate, hey, how much are going to be locked up of your total supply? I mean, there's a lot of play with that. But
yeah, you can also move up tiers too, right? So if you lock it in for 2,500, let's say Q1 of this year, and then Omi just happens to double in price in Q3, I think you move up to tier 2 because now your Omi is now worth $5,000, and so you automatically move up a tier as well. So I guess it's kind of why I'm on the fence, but it's like odds are I'll probably end up at least just getting my foot in the door into tier 1, and if Omi happens to double or it starts doing well, then I just naturally just move up tiers. Obviously, it's going to take a while before it goes from 2,500 up to $40,000 with the same amount of Omi, but yeah, I think everything around this is just so low resolution. It's very interesting, and I enjoy it. And this is before, right? Like Randy said, like institutional hedge fund investors. This is before we get all the comic book and the Disney obsessors about it. Before sports fans, all that those people get on. But I think we need more than just like a handful of whales like involved. Like we need like mass adoption. Like we need millions of people involved on the app. But I really think like VeVe was just almost too ahead of its time. I think like just financially and culturally, like the world was just not ready for like digital collectibles. It's just unfortunate the stuff that's happened in the last like 3-4 years. But even people still can't wrap their head around the idea of like digital collectibles and all that stuff. Even though people have been buying and purchasing digital stuff for 15 years now, 20 years now, people have been buying DLCs for video games and this and that and trading and all that stuff. Like that stuff's been around forever. And I think that's, between collectibles and comics, I think the best and worst thing going for comics right now is that there's already an established community. People are already spending a ton of money. But then again, that also creates a ceiling for the digital stuff because they're like, well, why would I pay this for the digital when the physical's this much or vice versa? Collectibles, it's unknown. That's kind of the most appealing part. It's like, how much utility is it going to have? Is it going to play this? And you can also burn it too. I mean, technically you can burn comics now as well. So I don't know. Interesting stuff. It's a lot of different stuff going on. It's hard to wrap your head around it. So I don't blame anyone, that doesn't understand like the full picture with so many angles going on.
I don't know if people need to really understand. I mean, they are the first to market, and it's, you have some ups and downs with that. But I think people like I'm not I don't have the Cryptkins because I think the Cryptkins are going to moon. I like them because they're cute, and I love the supernatural, and I think that's all you need. I think all you need is like I don't expect there to be like a Cryptkin world. I don't think it's not like okay, Mermicornos have this whole whole Asian fan base. Cryptkins maybe have the weird people that are obsessed with Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster, but I don't know, they're cool. I don't need them to have utility, and I feel like a lot of people are going to come into this. I don't think they're going to want to expect something for nothing. I think a lot of these people are just going to want to get some things because they're cool. And obviously, the utility that comes with what we have is going to be great. Just being in the VeVe-verse, whatever. But I don't think there needs to be like everything. I don't think needs to be a game, or like everything doesn't need to come with an airdrop. It's cool when it does, and that's awesome. But I just think some people are going to get them because they like them. But again, just my opinion.
Well, if utility becomes sorry.
No, go ahead. If you want to finish your thought, Vibes, go ahead.
Yeah, it was just one line. It was like, but if utility becomes popular, I mean, look at NFTs like 3-4 years ago, like no NFTs had utility. Then utility became popular. So I honestly think like given enough time, like every NFT on the VeVe app is going to have utility, game ability somehow, because every IP is going to be like, well, everyone else is doing it. We might as well to make ours marketable and interesting. So,
good point.
Yeah, Magic. Are you attracted, like when you see these staking tiers? Are you attracted to the staking program? Would you go buy more OMI to be a certain tier that you can target? Like, what's your opinion on this?
For myself, no. The program doesn't make me feel the need to go buy more. That's just purely because I want to invest more. It's not reliant on the program itself. But yeah, I also agree with Randy on what he was saying about not every collectible needing utility but to Vibe's point too, is once we're in the VeVe-verse and you can start holding your own competitions or wagering this or wagering that, you kind of are giving all your collectibles utility. I also agree that as more brands and companies start adding utility, the other ones have to focus in and go, okay, they're doing this. They're seeming to get a positive effect from doing this. And so we need to follow suit. So I think that is going to happen with a lot of the brands that, maybe don't offer utility now, but are starting to, or thinking about it. I think those discussions are happening.
Yeah. I like the complexity of this program. I think that it's going to open up a whole new world for the OMI token. And I'm just right now on my end, just trying to think about, I mean, this is pie in the sky for fun because we try to use as much data as possible to help us make decisions. And I think it's just fun to think of like the burn rate, right? How much can be burned and how quickly can it be burned? And I'm kind of on the side, and because you don't know, you almost have to kind of like do ranges, and you could do it from so many different levels. I mean, to actually predict each one of these and how much it can burn and how quickly it can burn is very, very difficult. I think that like I know Puddin said that he's done a burn prediction model up until 2050. But to actually come up with that, it's such a dynamic thing. I don't know how anyone would be able to figure it out, but I'm going to ask anyways. And I guess we'll start with you, Randy. Do you have any idea of how much can be burned and how fast with this program?
Yeah, so we're doing some back of the napkin math. And again, the bear case for 2023 is the golden goose egg for 2025. The golden goose scenario would be if we are at, let's just say, 0005, which I know is, if we touch there, is probably going to just touch and go up. But, for this scenario, if we're able to do that by the time we get a land sale, and we just, with our IP and, our community, if we just sell an amount of land equal to, I think, was it Yuga Labs that did 100 million or Virtua? I think even Virtua did like 70 something million. With our IP, if they announce, hey, they're going to have a little, I don't know, maybe a Metropolis, or they have like a VeVe land or a Marvel land in there or whatever. I think that it's very reasonable to equal what Yuga Labs did at 100 million. And David and Dan said, that OMI, if you're paying OMI, that OMI gets burned. Well, then what is that? That's 200 billion OMI being burned. Now, I don't think that's actually going to be that way, even if it's at half a penny. You get a whole bunch. I think it's very reasonable that by the time the next bull market comes around, we burn 40% of the circulating supply. We burn over 100 billion OMI. And with that, and that's for 2025. We could burn that by then. So then, what's the market cap going to be? I mean, if we reach what Doge did in the last bull market, and Doge had no utility, Doge had just Elon pumping it up. That's a $90 billion market cap. So you're that's a 60-cent OMI. And again, back of the napkin math, and it's every 3 or 4 things have to happen. But yeah, that's what potentially could happen.
Oh, you got him covered up there. You guys, Silicon Secure, welcome to the stream. Thank you.
Hey,
so
what's
much.
up, guys? What's up?
How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Long time no see.
Yeah, just chilling.
Shave the Santa beard? Is that what happened? Yeah,
No, it's still here.
Okay.
It's growing out for real.
Yeah, we were loving those pictures on Twitter. That was really funny.
I don't have a choice. I literally can't change my PFP. It was like as soon as I got a message saying I was approved for Twitter Blue officially, then I'm like locked in. So
you have to keep it for so long when you have that.
I don't know. I'm canceling it, but.
So what's your New Year's resolution for 2023? What are your plans for 2023 as it relates to VeVe OMI and I guess your influence in the space?
I mean, staying consistent. That's been my theme. The highs, the lows, staying consistent. I think it's important. People tend to doubt themselves at the hardest parts. And believing in yourself, believing what your vision was, and staying consistent, and executing your plan. I mean, I think that's really it. So for me, I'm just going to encourage people to stay positive, execute their plan, and see this as an opportunity, not as necessarily like the crypto winter from hell kind of thing. So which and part of it is, but at the same time, like all storms end and light comes through, and so that's kind of what I see for VeVe. I see spring coming and this things coming to a thaw. I don't see 2023 as being like I mean it could, if all of a sudden we get like the Marvel verse and Disney verse, and then it's going to take off. But I see that tied with the physical hardware. So we got to have some way to leverage the AR and keep leveraging the VR with better technology. So I'm hoping to see that Apple makes a splash in this space. We're expecting an announcement, maybe between now and June. Could happen as early as January. We get a preview from Apple of what they're going to come out with, but it may take until the middle of the year. But they're teasing their tech, and the technology is there. Qualcomm's got the got the right gear they've created for companies to develop around. So we're going to see this new age of new devices and new things and new experiences, and VeVe is going to be right in the middle of it, in my opinion.
I love that you said that, because I agree with that. We actually did a video. I'm going to go try to pull it up, but we did a video about Apple glasses.
Yeah.
Probably Apple is the guy to beat right now when it comes to bringing mass adoption of actual wearable AR technology that will then change our lives, like the phone, right? Yep. Where you're going to say, how did I live without this? At some point in the future, you're going to look back and be like, how did I live without this? Our computers may no longer actually be anything more than what's on our eyes. And I think when that happens, you're going to really start seeing mass adoption to the NFT space. So I like that you brought that up. It's a good point. I think 2024, they said their glasses the prototype might come out. Is that correct? Do you know?
That's what they're saying. But I think that they're going to have to announce and demo stuff before that, because developers are going to need to develop, applications, right? So I'm sure some developers have access to some of the hardware now. Probably big gaming companies or things like that, or studios. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I think it's a lot closer though than we think. The biggest challenge we've got is supply chain issues, and that's the pain that I think it's kind of interesting. This is what's driven the adoption, but at the same time, it's what's held it back, right? Because supply chain issues have been pretty real, and getting stuff out. And as David, you had mentioned at one point that's why they sped up the Marvel comic delivery on VeVe, due to supply chain. So, but it's also kind of like it's helping, but it's also hurting because this is physical tech, right? Chips, stuff made in other places, right? And there's challenges around that, especially with COVID. Even it still has an issue today, right? Yeah, there's been a shock to the world economy, and it's trying to get back on its feet, if that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. I think that's a really good point. And I mean, we'll see where it goes. We had Sanjay, who came on the channel earlier, and he's very hopeful for 2023. Of course, none of us know when things are going to change, when, let's say the Feds will pivot, and maybe we'll see some changes in the market. But I mean, at the end of the day, what brings you here in the first place, and I don't know if you saw the beginning of the stream, we watched our very first video, and many of the things that we talked about in our very first video 1 year ago have stayed the same, right? The AR technology, the metaverse technology, the capabilities of that technology, and how it's going to change our lives in the future. And on top of that, the quality IP that we're seeing on VeVe right now. So, I mean, all those things haven't changed. Still the same.
I got a question too, I guess, for the floor. I'll put it out there. Is I did a couple of videos while Rob's been off, and we're coming up with ideas, maybe ways that the market could potentially rebound and separate itself from the macro. Now, is that even possible? I know Rob's thoughts on this. I think at least is there any way for this market to rebound without waiting for that macroeconomic condition to change? Are there things that VeVe can do and implement? Maybe lower mint runs, maybe once OUP comes out, are those type of things enough to turn the market, or do we need to see recovery in the global mass economy? It was like Randy said earlier, when they were giving out free money, the Pokemon cards went wild, right? Is that what it takes, or is there things they can do now to reward maybe the people who are on the app, and maybe that is enough to spread verbal or word of mouth about the app, when people talk about, oh, look how well my investment or this thing I'm participating in is doing, and people get excited about it and they're talking more about it. Right now, people are scared to talk about crypto, NFTs, this type of stuff. Is there something maybe VeVe can implement to make it the hot topic, something that they don't need to depend on that macro?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I used to listen to a lot of Grant Cardone and stuff back in the day, but the number one issue with most new businesses is obscurity. If people don't know who you are, they're not going to spend money with you. It's that simple. So I do think once, if they really wanted to, I think if some of the bigger IPs want to actually started promoting VeVe more than just like the occasional tweet, like if Disney started actually handing out brochures at parks, or if they started adding more utility, because anything that happens like within just the VeVe atmosphere, it doesn't affect. I don't know what people are thinking, like, oh, well, once we get MCP, people are going to jump in. I'm like, people don't know what MCP is. They don't even know what VeVe is. So it's not like we're just going to get a bunch of users coming in because of OUP or MCP. Like, they don't even know what those words mean, let alone know what VeVe is or anything like that. So I do think once we start getting, like we said earlier, maybe celebrities tweeting out VeVe more often, once we start getting some of the bigger IPs to start name dropping us a bit more, handing out physical brochures or whatever it is, like we just need to get our name out there more than it already is. And I do think VeVe's been kind of pulling the reins on that a bit, just because they know they didn't want to get too overwhelmed with people and the servers and all that kind of stuff, and probably various other issues we can't think of. So I think that's going to be the main thing that kind of takes us out of the rut, because it's honestly a no-brainer when you really think about it. What VeVe's doing, the way I explain it to people, like, why are you buying these digital collectibles? I'm like, people buy, sports stuff all the time. Michael Jordan's underwear. Someone will pay $10,000 for that, but here it's like people are already spending thousands of dollars on collectibles and comics and all that stuff. And like, so wait, we're approaching these IPs and we're like, hey, you can re-release old stuff you've already done physically. You can make money infinitely because it's just reoccurring money. Like, wait, we can release old content digitally, make money forever because it's built in the smart contract with the fees, and that's it. Like, yeah. And so it just makes sense from a business standpoint for all these like big IPs. They can re-release old popular content that's already established, like Disney and Marvel and Star Wars and all that stuff. So it's just a win-win. We just need more people, more money, more people on the platform. That's
I think I'll throw in my 2 cents here. I think, if you were to, and by the way, well said. I think there's like lots of factors, mechanical factors that need to take an effect. But at the end of the day, people do things because of experiences, right? So if you look at, why do people spend money on vacations, right? Why do people spend money going somewhere? And when you're on vacation, You don't care. You'll spend more money on vacation. You go to Disneyland and you're like, well, I want my kid to have the, the robot. So I'll spend the extra couple $100 and then they need a lightsaber, right? You don't care because you're in that vacation mindset and it's about the experience. And so this is where VeVe has the magic, right? This is, regardless of the mechanics and how they can execute, I think execution is very important, obviously. But regardless of mechanics, the experience is what they're really focused on, right? They mentioned the 3 places: work, home, and then VeVeverse. And so if they can come through with that experience, they don't have to do anything. We're going to do it for them, right? We're going to promote it for them. Family and friends will promote it for them. It will be viral, right? And I think that's what they're aiming for. And then, of course, there will be problems along the way, as there always have been with, VeVe. It's funny looking back from when I started in March 21. There was some big shifts in what VeVe is and the user base. And at first, it was an opportunity. It was a flip game. It was a stack game. It was, all these things. And now we're getting just these experiences of the people of VeVe, right? The events. The connection, the tribe mentality, everyone that has, everything that everybody has to contribute to the community. And so that's sort of taken a life of its own. And VeVe realizes how special that is. It's like having this, it's like we have a soul as a community. And so that's what's going to drive, in my opinion, VeVe forward, is the experiences that people can have that they can't have anywhere else.
Yeah. All right, guys, I think that was pretty incredible. I think, Joe, I think it's time for a giveaway. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just gonna find a collectible in the marketplace, and then after I think we'll do a couple of them, and then we'll end it here. So if any of you guys want to hop off,
I do have to bounce as well. I'll just say, hopefully we can become not a meme coin, just a meme. We get super viral, and then we can separate any way as possible.
Yeah.
But I love you guys. Thank you all for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
I'll catch you all later. All right, bye guys.
Yeah, and I'm gonna drop off too. I'm sorry for the quick drop in, drop out. But
No worries.
I'm gonna go eat lunch with my kids and go watch a movie. And this is our last day of like this long, Christmas holiday kind of break thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna squeeze out whatever I can out of it today, and then we'll just chill. And but no, it was sorry I wasn't on earlier, but appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on. Take care.
Thanks for
guys.
coming.
All right.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, good to meet you.
I'm going to head out as well, guys. Wanted to stop in and say congratulations once again. Really awesome what you guys are doing for the community. And thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Take care.
Thanks.
All right. So, shall we, Joe?
All right, let me find. I know which one you want. It's just hard to find stuff on VeVe until we get search bar.
The search bar.
My headphones both died during the video, by the way. So
No way, it did?
I don't know if you guys can hear the reverb or not.
No, I hear it.
Okay,
well,
good.
we said at the beginning of the stream, we want to give away one of our shirts. We gave one of these actually to I think David Yu. We got one to him, and when he saw him the next day, he's like, "What's Juju?" And we're like, "Yeah, honestly, don't worry about it, but you'll hear about it soon."
Okay.
And there it is.
So what I want you guys to do is I want you to find this collectible in the market and then tell me what the price is in gems. In the chat, first one to do that will win the shirt. So sticking with the theme of the channel and Rob's favorite collectible, go find Woody number 779 and tell me how many gems it's listed for. Vibes, ODB, you can play if you want.
Yeah.
It's too late. There are people already ahead of me.
I gotta go on YouTube and see if people are fast.
Oh, because I don't think we get all the comments. You guys know when you do a live, do we see all the comments on the side here through StreamYard? I don't think we get them all.
I think we missed
comments.
Yeah, I think we don't get all the comments on our end.
You might or it might be delayed, or if they do like an emote that's not supported through like StreamYard, sometimes it doesn't show.
Yeah, is that
They're gonna call it rigged, but Omi Daily Burn hit it on the nose. Number is 50 gems. So
let's go.
No, you can give it to somebody else. You can give it to the next
Oh, it's
person.
okay.
Want to go to the next one? All right.
Yeah,
It
go
looks
to the
like
next one.
Yeah,
Kyle
looks
then.
Kyle got it next. Yeah.
Kyle. So
It's
Kyle,
Kyle.
do you have us on Twitter? If not,
Yeah, guys. It's hard to find you guys sometimes. So Kyle, you have to let us know your go on Twitter, reach
The
out to
search
us.
is working though.
Is it working?
The search
Okay, that's
works.
good. Nice,
Oh, yeah?
nice.
Okay, I'll give you a better one then, ODB. I'll give you a better one. And then we'll see if the search works.
You know, I searched before, like you said, gold and silver logo, right? You have golden moments and such. I searched like Superman. I searched for like I think blue or something like that, and it came up. I was just searching for the colors of the actual item, and it worked.
All right, I'm not going to say the rarity, but it's a comic. So you guys can go to comics if you want right now, and it's going to be Topolino number 5461. Topolino number 5461. Can you search that one?
Is that a comic? Topolino? What?
How long you been gone, Vibes?
Not that long. What's Topolino?
Joe, is this just for rights?
Okay.
What's that?
Was it just for fun, or are we attaching a giveaway to this one?
No, this is for a shirt too. So we'll do 2
Oh,
shirts.
okay.
I see it here.
Okay.
I just
What's
found
the
it normally.
edition?
Number 5461.
Is it 18?
No.
Okay, that's
Oh,
wrong.
there it is. It's there. Guri got it.
Guri. Nice.
So we met Guri at Econ actually, so that's cool.
1532.
Let's go.
Yeah. There it
I
is.
didn't do. I searched a different way.
Can you search with the search bar for comics?
I don't think. No, actually, they don't come up.
Yeah.
Not in comics. They
Not yet.
still haven't
Hopefully
done
when
it.
they come out with the search bar, everything's included that time. But no, again, guys, thank you guys for coming through. It was awesome. It was we're honored by all the people who came up on stage and joined. I mean, we consider you guys family as well as friends. So it's been a blast making content. We mentioned before, if we don't go daily this year, we're gonna cover all hot topics. We plan to stretch ourselves maybe into a little bit of different topics, maybe different platforms a little bit as well. This year that would just pass was expectation every single day, VeVe every single day video. So coming up, we're still going to be bringing content. It's going to be as much as we can, but the expectation for daily is no longer there. So it could be daily, but we don't know. It all depends on what's happening in the news. If it's a slow week, maybe we'll do a couple of videos.
Yeah, I don't know how you
we
guys
just want to
did
make sure that was something that everybody knew.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, you guys have been. Yeah, I was gonna say you guys have been like absurdly consistent with your guys' content. So like huge props to that. I remember we started roughly at the same time. I think I started like maybe a month or two before you guys. And but you guys have just been like so consistent, always funny, always have like a topic or something to talk about. I've always enjoyed it and all the juju stuff. And I think by far and away, you guys are probably the most consistent and like community oriented content creators out there with the whole juju thing and the Twitter and the Discord and all that stuff. And people I see people all the time in Twitter like, oh, I sacrificed my comic and I got a Journey into Mystery 83 like ultra rare, like the juju works, like all that stuff. Yeah, it totally works. So
Here for the juju.
I dig it, and I'm glad you guys are focusing on like having fun too during all this, because it's how else you're gonna enjoy it, right?
It's all for fun. I mean, we had a regular watcher gave us a little bit of slack for juju, almost like it's like a scam, right? And that, but of course, like
on
guys,
juju juice.
Yeah, like guys, we're completely kidding about it. You're never expected. Like this is not like a pay to win. Like we say as a joke, you subscribe, you become a superstar, your luck gets better. But of course, like it's not like that. It's just for fun. I mean, if you're lucky, you're lucky. If you're not, you're not. It's all stats. It's all odds, right? That's why we have our odds spreadsheet. So
come on, man. I went to Starbucks and I told them I'm a superstar, and they just gave me coffee. I don't understand. I mean, they just gave me coffee. It's like, you're a superstar. Here you go.
Okay.
We can't explain
it
it.
doesn't work, but it might work sometimes.
It might work sometimes.
What's it called? What do they say? Your mileage may vary.
Mileage may vary.
Results
may vary. All that kind of stuff.
Right? Keep calm, stack on is a perfect example. He just showed up showing he was a superstar, and David, you and Dan were taking photos of him. It's just that's some good juju right there. So it happens. Good things happen to those who are superstars. So again, subscribe, guys, if you haven't already. I mean, this is 1 year, Joe. We did it. It's been we've been consistent, like you said, Vibes.
Yeah. Rob, congratulations to you just as much. I mean, me and you, we've been talking in the background and all that, but honestly, like it's been a pleasure, obviously, doing it all year with you. You've been there when I wasn't able, and I've been there when you haven't been able. And when there's been days when I had no idea what to talk about, and you filled the gap. It's a lot easier, like you mentioned a couple of times, to have multiple people working on the same goal. and like you said, it's for fun, right? So it's been a fun ride. And also we've been talking with content creators like Vibes, ODB on Twitter and all that, and they give us great ideas as well and always spark our interest. So it's definitely been a community focus. It's not just been me and you, it's been everybody who's been participating to help this come to light. And I think it's a huge accomplishment that we're able to say 365 days straight we put out a piece of content.
Yeah, it's called the Superstar Team, right? The Superstar Team. It started with Joe and I, but it quickly grew to the community and the other content creators, and now it's one big team, and everybody's there supporting each other. We cannot appreciate everybody so much for their support. We're looking to 2023 being another hope fun year, that we can get more content out. We can continue providing value using data-driven analysis if we can, to help make better decisions and just share our thoughts. And of course, nothing's ever financial advice. It never has been. We're just two guys on YouTube that just want to come and share our thoughts and try to have some fun and create some conversation. And we learn from having that conversation. When we have a discussion about something and we have comments, we learn from the comments that come back the other way. So Joe, is there anything else?
People don't always want to hear what we have to say. I mean, we've seen avid people come up to us in person and tell us, sometimes I don't like what you say. Well, there's people in the community who feel that way, and we're going to be that voice to see maybe there's something to it. Sometimes maybe there isn't, but at the same time, that's, like you said, Superstar Team. We're like the community. We want to be like the voice of the people here. And if you ever have any ideas or topics or anything, we got our Discord, we got Twitter, reach out to us. Very welcoming. And if we have time, we'll get to it. And it might take us a little bit. Like, there's another video we're planning on working on. It's taking us a little bit. Obviously, everything's going on, but we really look into these ideas because you guys got a lot of great ones. So sorry, Rob, I interrupted you.
Well, that's it. Again, thank you, Vibes. Thank you, Omidelia Byrne. Thank you to all the content creators who jumped on today to congratulate and support us. We appreciate you all. And we appreciate everybody watching. I think it's time to close it out, Joe. What do you think?
Omidelia Byrne has something to say?
Yeah.
Or no? Oh, he put his hand up. Okay.
Just wave.
Yeah.
Bye.
Just wave.
We're good. Bye.
All right, guys, if you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the Superstar family, hit the bell notification button so you get every single video every single day. Man, that may no longer be the case, but maybe it will be. I don't know. Let's see how this week goes. I mean, you're going to have to hit that bell notification button because now you really don't know when the video is coming. So before, it's like, you knew we were coming tomorrow, but now you want to hit that bell notification because you don't know. Maybe it's going to be 2 days, maybe not. I don't know. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification button, and also Superstar VIP. We can't appreciate the extra support that everyone's giving us on the VIP side. We were shocked about how well received it was from all of you. We want to continue, even though we're not going to be putting out videos maybe daily potentially anymore. We want to continue to still provide as much value as possible to those supporting us through the VIP membership. So again, thank you guys so much. Get the star beside your name, get access to our spreadsheets, get access to First Dibs on merch, and as well, we'll do advertisements for you. We want to make sure that the VIP membership continues to have its value, including giveaways as well. And then, the favorite starnaming.com, get your star in the universe named after you. So thank you all so much. We appreciate you all. Take care, and we'll see you the next one. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.